Hello. Hi, everyone. Hope you're doing okay. Hope you can see me and hear me and that. And yeah, we'll be playing some SETI shortly. But let's make sure everything's working first, right? It seems to be okay from my end, even though this is low latency. I can see from the countdown that we're about 20 seconds behind. So there's going to be some stalling. AV good? Brilliant. I'm looking a bit red, aren't I? Let's worry about that another time. Hey, James. Hey, Vonda. How's it going? So, yes, this is the first like game stream in a couple of weeks, isn't it? I think like it was like the Anarchy and Scar Bray were the last ones. But Essen has been and gone, largely recovered, and I've been learning games and playing games. Mostly playing two of the games. I've learned a couple more, I think. But yeah, the two that have kind of been the focus, but it turns out well because they've been the highest voted. But the ones I was most excited about were Civolution, which is currently set up downstairs, and I've kind of been playing incessantly, and SETI. I think this will be play number 4. So we'll see if I'm any good at it. I'm playing on a low difficulty, but we'll get into all that. So this is the search for extraterrestrial. You've forgotten the... No, extraterrestrial is the T. I forgot the T. I didn't. Search for extraterrestrial intelligence. We are going to be sending probes out. We're going to be landing things on planets, putting things in orbit, all in a search for traces of life. Eventually, those traces of life will reveal aliens. Not maybe, not like we're searching in vain. We will find some aliens, and they will have effects on the game. There are 5 different alien things you can find, but you will have 2 of them in each game. Currently, am I higher up than I would usually be? My hair seems to be getting cut off. It'll be alright, won't it? Hey, do how's it going? Hey, Skycroft. You got COVID at Essen? Oh no. A few people did. Paul did, right? And the Dranda team and that. Hope you're doing better now. Hey, Michael. Hey, Christian. Yeah, so this like should be out soon, right? CGE will be sending things out. Hey, Iris, how's it going? So yeah, we are trying to send all sorts of things into space to find alien life. We will get points for doing a lot of this stuff. There's kind of a majority thing going on with sending probes off to these different stars and things. There are a variety of rewards for putting things in orbit, for landing things out here. And yeah, we're just trying to make the best out of the situation we find ourselves in. Games, eh? We are playing against the bot. There are, I think, 5 levels of difficulty for the bot. We are playing on level 2. So, it's a little bit fuzzy because I've got to zoom out so far. You can see alright, can't you? So, the bot starts off with 4 basic cards. He does this at level 1 as well. 4 basic cards. His progress marker is on this space. See, when he gains a lot of stuff that a player would get, he just moves on this track instead. When he goes all the way around it, he gets a more difficult card into his deck. Well, not more difficult, better for him. He starts out a little bit basic, will start doing big things, gets to bend the rules, cheat, all that kind of stuff, of course. The difference for level 2 is you have these objective tiles. So, as well as trying to get stuff done in the game, there is points for achieving these things. As we progress along the points track, we'll start to define some of our endgame scoring on these gold tiles. An extra thing for the solo game, which gets more and more difficult as you go up the difficulty levels, is you need to complete these objectives. You just have to have the stuff. You don't have to waste things that you're doing, but you might want to pivot your strategies a little bit, because if you don't complete enough objectives each round, it's basically the round number. You need to have done 1 at the end of round 1. Anyone else's stream keep freezing? Well, let me know, everyone. It's saying stream is healthy. Let me know if that's happening to anyone else and I will investigate. Let me have a look at my health thing. Spooky stream season is here. Well, that's helpful, Streamlabs, but why are you telling me that now? Is it just jittery? Is it smooth? Everyone check out Crimson Board Games for some solo playthroughs. What a Nocturne just got up. It's working okay. Good on your end. I'll continue for now. Give us a shout if anything goes wrong and I'll try and fix it. So yeah, you don't have to do these things, but if you don't do enough objectives at the end of the round, the bot will get to progress on this track, get more powerful cards more quickly. At the end of the game, they get 5 points for every one of these objectives you haven't completed. So there is a stack of, 10 at level 2. So potentially 50 points he's getting, but if you can do some of the things that they would like you to do, you can get rid of these. You don't get rewarded for them, but you're going to stop getting punished, essentially. So we're going to have 5 rounds to do all of this stuff in, and we've got a lot of things, but don't worry about it too much. So I think we can introduce new camera. It's not quite where it needs to be, so the angles aren't quite right, but one day this will be up somewhere and we'll be able to make full use of it. Hopefully it's going to make the cards clearer for this video. Hey Frederick, hey Ariane, hey Nick. Frozen a couple of times but assumed it was Wi-Fi. Before we get fully into it then, shall I just bear with me a sec? I'll disappear for about 20 seconds or something. Just let me end it. Hello everyone. I should be back. You'll see this in 20 seconds or so, so I'll continue as if this is working okay and hopefully less delayed. So, here are the actions that we can take each turn. There's loads of them. You can also do a load of free actions. I won't go into every little thing that you can do in the game. We'll get playing and we'll see all of the stuff. But the main things, they're kind of on our player board as well. We will launch probes, we'll send them into orbit or land on things. We will scan and get those bits of data from the stars. Once you've gotten a load of that data, you can analyze it. You can get new tech by spending your publicity. We start with 4, so can't quite afford that yet. And one of the main things we'll be doing is playing cards. So, is it working? Hopefully it's all working okay. The one thing with this camera is it moves. Like, it needs to be on the ceiling, but I don't know how to do that, and I'm a bit scared to put things in the ceiling. It needs doing at some point. For now, it's on a tripod, and the angles will be a little bit weird. But, I mean, that's clearer, innit? Like, this is the main camera zooming in on it. Card's a little bit fuzzy. That's pretty nice. It's hopefully going to be nicer. But our player boards tell us a lot of the things as well, like remind you of a load of the actions and the costs for them. In fact, all of the main actions are on your player board, and they will change or get more powerful as you research text, and you will put tiles into these gaps and do more things. We also have a hand of 5 cards at the start. This income card tells you what you get at the start of the game. We've got some publicity, some money, some energy, and 5 cards. The one last little thing I need to do is gain some income. So at the start of every round in the future, we'll get these things. 3 money, 2 energy, 1 card. Question mark means it's just going to be a card drawn from the deck. So I need to choose one of these cards to not have, and it's gonna go under that income card and give me income for the rest of the game. So what do I want to lose, basically? I don't want to lose any of these, but one thing that I've spotted is that one of the objectives I've got is to get 8 publicity. We start out with 4. I've got 3 cards in my hand that'll give me more publicity. So that seems like quite an easy objective. It's probably going to cost me a lot of my money, but we want to have done one objective by the end of round 1. That seems like one we can achieve. One is get 16 points. Maybe. The other is get a computer tech and analyze data and get one of these blue signs of life traces. So yeah, I'm kind of thinking, so we've got 4, we would like 8. I'd use a couple of the publicity cards. I think we're going to go and took linguistic analysis. So it could do a load of things, but I am tucking this as income. When you took a card as income, you'll get this as a reward for other things as well sometimes. When you took it, you get its reward as you took it, and then in the future, you'll get more stuff. It's great having more income as well. I would like to try and shoot for it. Like there's some like putting in orbit will get you a lot of income. Landing on some moons, Phobos and Deimos over here, you can get a couple of income for landing on those. I've had a much better time when I've managed to tuck cards as income early, as you might imagine. If you can get more stuff earlier, you'll be able to do more stuff. This is a nice little player aid that everyone can have. Remind you what all of the bits do and the main actions and things. So I'm the first player. I've got this big moon token, and I think so with my 5 money now, maybe we just start working on that publicity, and then once we've got it, we can start spending it. So I think in my first turn, I am going to put out a press statement. So play a card is one of your actions. The cards are great. They do so many things, 4, 5 things. So you can play a card for its thing, which is what I'm doing now. It costs money to do this, and it does the thing in the main text bit. Sometimes cards will be used to send those sensors out into space, and this bit is used. You can discard cards from your hand to get a bonus of getting some data or some publicity in my case. And we've seen that you can tuck them for income. They can also give you missions once they're played, that can give you rewards once they're fulfilled, or these gold missions, which give you endgame scoring things. There's so many ways around these cards. It's like a bit of the, like, it's an enormous deck of cards as well. There's my microphone, if you were wondering. I thought, will I lean in that? Will I lean in the way and reveal it? It's an enormous deck of cards. So a bit Ark Nova-y in that respect, but the cards are useful so much more often. You're never like hunting for this one particular thing. Sometimes for income you really want to tuck a particular thing, but yeah, there's so many ways around these things. So I'm putting out a press statement at the bottom of all the cards as well. There's a bit of flavor text saying what they all do. A complex scientific breakthrough may be important to a research team, but a press statement can make these breakthroughs important to the entire world. That's what we're going to do. Pay 1 money to put out a press statement. And all this is going to basically do is get discarded and give me 3 publicity. A simpler one for now. So I go up the publicity track. I've got 7. I could even just discard this card right now to get the 1 publicity, and then that's done. But I think the conference here, that will also give me an extra gold scoring tile. So as I said, as we reach these scoring milestones here, 25, 50, and 70, you will get to choose one of the 4 endgame scoring tiles. And if you're the first one there, you can make that thing worth the most points to you. As you see, there's 4 tiles, only 3 opportunities. So this basically gives me, at the worst exchange rate, another gold tile to be going for. The things are, you want to have, for every 2 tech tiles you've researched, this is every set of different things that you can get, that'll be tucked under as income. Every set of different ones. Every set of different life traces that we get. And this is for doing missions, whether they are the silver or the gold ones. I remembered. Proud of myself. Okay, so that is my turn, essentially. All I have done at the moment is play a single card, but we take it in turns. My light's dimmed at the idea in Essen to get a light and put it under the sun, but it's dimmed because it's been on for about an hour or so. They weren't very expensive lights. Okay, let's come over to the bot then. And so the bot's got a deck of cards, and on its turn, you reveal one of these cards. It's got a deck of 4 cards to start with, although actually at high difficulties it will start with some harder ones too. At the moment, it starts with 4 simple cards. You go to the top of the card, work down until you can do a bit of it. So, has the second alien race been discovered? No. Can it move a probe that it's put out to any of these places using this amount of movement? It's not put a probe out yet, so no. We go right to the bottom, and it's going to get a tech and move 1 on its progress track. This little reminder here means that, and this is true whenever anybody gets a tech tile, you need to rotate the solar system. So we can zoom out here. There's a little track reminding us which disc is going to move, because this in the middle here is made up of 3 different rotating discs. So the first time it's going to move, just the inner ring rotates 1 space the direction of the arrows, and this is going to change how easy it is to get to certain places. When you put these probes out, they'll start out on Earth, so we can see now that like it's quite far away getting to Jupiter or anything like that. Saturn's quite close, although there's some asteroids in the way, but as these start to shift around, things like that are going to change. This setup, the way the 3 rings were laid out, and these 4 separate sections of the outer stars, all randomized at the start of the game. There's a app online that can do it, but you can also just shuffle stuff up, I think. But it's just a little website where you press it and it says, put the stuff here. So it moved the rings around, and then we move this to show that next time somebody does something to advance the rings, the second one is going to move instead, and it's going to take the first ring with it. Then it's going to get a tech tile. To decide which one it's going to get, we look at where it is on the progress track. It's at blue 1, and then we'll go into more what these do when I get one. It basically goes and looks at blue number 1. It's got a little 1 dot there. Has this got its 2-point tile still on it, which means nobody's had that yet? Yes, it does have that. So he gets the 2 points from this and the bonus from the back of the tile. So he gets 2 points. He gets an energy. Whenever he gets an energy or a money or a card or an alien card, he gets a progress instead. So he's had those things. He keeps this tech card. He disregards what it would do for a player. He just puts it on here, and when he does an action in the future that calls for it, he'll be able to spend that for a more powerful version of that action. And then the last bit was, he goes 1 up on his progress track. That's it for his turn. See, like, it feels like I've explained a lot for it, but you see, it's basically flip a card over. Often it will be doing simple things. Sometimes when it has to make choices of where to go in the galaxy and stuff, there's a little bit to work out, but not very much. And it will do more as we get these advanced cards. Hey Matt, how's it going? Hey MC? You can get extra publicity from launching next time. Yeah, we could. Like, it's depends where to move it as well. Now would be a good time to insert ads. She gives me, that's an ad for me. Gives me pop-ups on my screen. Hopefully everything's working better now. Yeah, I need to pull... I think Paul put a bit of wood in his ceiling for the camera. The main difference for the solo mode is it's got a deck of 4 cards that decide its actions, and as you go to... as you go up the difficulty levels, you have these objective tiles to achieve. If you don't achieve them, it will get extra progress, it will get extra points. So, yeah. You want to try and do these if you can. Oh yeah, I could have launched and then moved it a space to... There are a lot of spaces where you can move your probes that will give you publicity. I would have to move it quite a way to either get to Saturn or Venus. It would be a start, but I probably couldn't do it this turn. Because yeah, I've got a few ways of launching things. Hey Pips. So looking at my cards, like launch a probe, just put a probe out onto Earth, is 2 money. But for 2 money, I could get a probe out and move it. It's just that, yeah, it wouldn't get me anywhere that useful right now until the world moves around a bit. So I'm tempted. I've got 4 money. I think I'm going to stick with the plan. I don't know how much I'm going to get done this round. We'll see. Maybe more than I think. I am going to go to the Solvay conference. Hopefully reading right's a bit far away from me. I need this preview bigger on my screen now. It's all HD. Attendees of the Solvay conference have included 17 Nobel Prize winners. Ideas put forward at this conference have influenced the scientific community for decades. Okay, so I've paid me 2 money. I am going to get 2 publicity from this, and I'm not going to throw it away as I was just about to, because this is now an end game scoring thing I get. I'm going to get an extra one of those gold tiles at the end of the game. Where are you going to put that? Up there. I'll remember it. So I've paid my money. 2 publicity, please. You want to watch out as you gain in publicity. 10's your max. You go over 10, tough luck. So I'm probably going to spend it. There is a free action that you can do. You can get a new card for 3 publicity. One of your free actions. As it is, I've just played a card again. That's all for me. going back to the bot and remembering to, if I time this right, get used to this new thing, this new camera. So I've got a remote. This doesn't work with my normal buttons. I've got to move it around with a remote. I don't think it would be too jarring if you saw it move. So, has the first alien tile been discovered? No. It will be discovered in a bit. Has it got 6 publicity to do a new tech tile? No, it's got its starting 4 still. Okay then, it is going to scan. This is a bit like when I scan. You might see me do this. So, it's claiming a goal of free action. You will get to do it when you reach one of the gold milestones on the points track. When you do that at the end of your turn, you can claim one of the goals. But that's the gold thing here is at the end of the game. I'll get to do this. So the one I didn't choose as one of my 3, I can have the worst space on that spot. So it's going to scan. And the little icons tell us where it's going to scan. It's going to scan in the bit where Earth is. It is going to scan based on discarding cards, which is something I can do when I scan as well. Which cards is it going to scan? Which cards is it going to discard? The leftmost ones, the way the arrow's pointing. And if it had a scan technology tile, it would discard that to scan one more time. As it is, it's just going to scan these 3 times. So, sector where Earth is, it's going to scan here. And this would happen if I was scanning too. You get the data from that sector. And you put one of your markers in there, and this is a little majority thing that goes on. The second marker to be put in any of these sections gets 2 points. And when it's full, we evaluate who won, whoever has the most markers in there. If there's a tie, whoever has the most recently placed ones. They get perhaps a reward for winning first, and then a reward for every win after that. And everyone gets a publicity that was involved. Second place gets to keep one of their markers here after it resets. So there's a benefit for coming second as well. But yeah, with I've only played it solo so far. So with solo, which is kind of like having 2 people here, unless you're going to make this your focus, it feels harder to make things win this way. And as soon as someone gets kind of a big majority on something, I'm kind of like, well, I never want to scan there because I would just be helping them. Anyway, they're scanning where Earth is. They get this data. Whenever the bot gets data, it puts it straight on its computer track. You gain data. You've got space for 6 data. A free action, you can put it onto your computer as well. And it will get benefits the same way you do as you fill up your computer track. So it scanned where Earth was, and then it is going to scan by discarding the leftmost 2 cards in the display. And if my camera focuses in time, it's doing all right, isn't it? So I'm obsessed with this camera. It's its first trial run. So it's going to discard the leftmost card, and it is going to scan in one of the blue... They're all blue. It's going to scan in a blue sector twice. Let me get the criteria properly down. It tries to, like... Its priority is it wants to win a sector. Then can it get 2 points in a sector? Then just where it's got the most, I think. Yeah. Can it win? Can it score points for going second? Then it wants to go with the most markers. For each of these steps, in the event of a tie, it goes to the bigger sector, the one that can hold the most markers. So we're looking at blue. The blue sectors are Procyon and Sirius A here. And this one's the bigger one, isn't it? So it can't win any of them. It can't get 2 points. So it's going to choose the one it's got the most discs in. They've both got 0. There's a tie for that, so it will just choose the biggest. It gets a data, which I'll pop on its computer. That's going to give it a publicity. So it moves up the track, and then we put one of its discs in here. Its next one, it's going to discard the leftmost card again. It's another blue. This time, it can't win. It can score 2 points, though, so it can go there. It gets 2 points. 1, 2. No, it scans based on a different card, but the leftmost one is a blue again. Like, that's all that's in there. Because I think I'm right in thinking the bot refreshes the display when it's done its whole bit. Yeah, after it's finished marking cards from the card row, then replace the discarded cards with new ones. Yeah, it uses different cards, but just in this case, all the cards in the display were blue. Not for the bot. I think for players, they always replace immediately. Let me check that. But for the bot, we've just, yeah, the bot waits till it's done all of them. But when you do the cards, I think they replace immediately. Not in analyzed data. Scan nearby stars. I think they replace immediately when players do it. I don't want to... I feel like I've seen that. I could be wrong, but the bot replaced them when it's finished. So it's done its 3 things. 1, 2, 3. It's had its points for them. It can't get rid of a tech tile to do one more, so we replenish the display. And I don't know if I'm going to do it soon, so I'll just show you now that if I were to do the scan action, it costs me a money and 2 energy. I get to scan the sector where Earth is, and then I can discard 1 card from the display to scan somewhere else. Later on, I can do more things if I research the text for them. Okay then, so we've still got 2 money, 3 energy. The energy, like, stuff will carry over into next round. If I want to use the energy, then I kind of want to have a probe out as well. But, oh, this setup's a bit of a pain. Oh, the solo goal, yeah. So yeah, it's just like claiming one of your missions. So you'll get missions that have spaces to put things on. When you have done the thing required of you, you can put your marker on it. That's a completed objective. At the end of the turn in which you achieve it, you put this in a hooray, I've done this pile, and a new one gets revealed. You've always got 3 to be working on. But at the end of the round, the bot looks in the completed pile and takes out tiles equal to the round number. If it can't take that many out, however many you're missing, it gets 3 progress for instead. And at the end of the game, every tile you didn't complete gives the bot 5 points. Okay. Yeah, so I put my thing on that last turn. It resets and all of that stuff. Okay, so we can get probes and all of that stuff, but because I've gone for the publicity thing, I've got a ton of publicity. I could get myself some more cards, but the other thing I can do is spend 6 to get a tech. So I'm going to do that. No matter what I pick, I need to advance the second ring, so that rotates like this. Still a bit of a rubbish place to launch from. Like, do you know what? Expend your publicity to get a tech or scan for 2 points. I was thinking the asteroid tech. So shall we... One of these angles shows you... It's not that angle. There we go. Shows you the techs, not sideways. So, I'll briefly explain what the techs do. So they relate to the different actions. This is putting probes out and putting them in places. This is for scanning. This is for using your computer. Your computer can have data in it, and like the bots board, when I put data in certain spaces, I'll get rewards, publicity, and income at the start. If I get those tech tiles, I will end up with extra spaces to get extra points, extra rewards, things like that. Whenever you get a tech tile as well, if no one's had it yet, you get 2 points, and no matter what, you get the bonus that's on the back of it. These scanning ones, you could, instead of just scanning the sector Earth's in, you could choose one of the sectors either side instead. And this bonus always includes 2 data as well as whatever's on the back of the tile. When you scan, you can spend a publicity to scan in the sector Mercury's in, which is the opposite sector to where Earth is. You can discard a card from your hand to scan an extra sector. When you scan, you can pay an energy to launch. Usually launching costs 2 money. That's pretty nice. Or you could choose to move one of your probes instead, get 1 movement point. And these are for launching. So usually you can only have 1 probe in space at a time. Space is this bit. Once we've got the probes, we want to move them to places, although moving them around to get in publicity is valid as well. Ideally, you want to get them moved around to planets. You want to put them in orbit or land them on the planets or their moons. Space is this bit. So as soon as you've landed them or put them in orbit or whatever you're doing, they're not in space anymore. So start of the game, you can only have one in space at a time. That tech lets you have two at a time, and its bonus always includes launch a probe as well. This one, which is the one that we're talking about, is so asteroids. Let's have a talk about them. Moving through space once you've got your probe out, a movement gets you into an adjacent sector. Asteroids, though, they're a problem. You have to spend 2 movements to move out of them. So, as you can see, the way that things have gone right now, that's going to be enormously costly and a waste of my time. But the asteroid tech, that's why we're so excited about it, not only do they only cost 1 movement for you to move through now, you get a publicity every time you move through one. That's pretty nice. Get an energy as well, which would help with the movement. This is... So landing usually costs you 3 energy, but if somebody's got something in orbit on that planet, it costs you 2. This changes that to 2 and 1 instead. And this lets you land on moons. Usually you can only land on planets. This lets you land on moons as well. So yeah, I think we've already decided the one I'll be taking. So here's me first 2 points. They do start with 1, being the start player. I get an energy for taking that particular tile. It's all just random. You can see a different reward is now on here. I think the rewards are like publicity, energy, points, card is I think the 4 different ones and the 4 different tiles. I've had my energy, so this now comes to my player board. And we can slot in there, and you can see like all this is on there that I'm talking about. Your reminder, oh, how much is it to move through asteroids? How much does it cost to land? It's all on here, and it will change as we install all of these tiles. Okay, so my turn has been pay 6, publicity to get a tech tile. I can still do free things, but I don't think I've got any free things I want to do right now. So we come to the bot. See, is it too jarring if you see the camera move? Not too much, is it? It's not terrible. Ideally, I'll still tab away, but that's not too bad, is it? It depends how far it needs to move. If it needed to look at the other side of the table, it'd be horrible. Okay, new card for the bot. Can it analyze data? Its criteria for this is its computer full? No, it's half full right now. You can't analyze data until you've got a full computer. So, no, it's not doing that. Can it launch a probe and gain a publicity? The only way it can't launch a probe is if it's already got a probe on Earth. I think I'm right in saying, or is it in space? That might be important to know later. I've got to be careful not to shake about as well while it's on a tripod. Launching. Show me the launch bit, please. It only can't launch when... Yeah, it's got a probe on Earth. I was right. I'm remembering things. So basically, it is going to pop a probe on Earth over there, and it's going to get 1 publicity, which will put it on 6. So in the future, when it tries to spend 6 to do a tech, it'll be able to do that. Okay, not jarring? Great. It's looking good. Like the only unfortunate thing is it's on a tripod right next to me that I'm in danger of knocking, and like shake me legs and stuff, like bounce my legs all the time. I have to really stop that for this. And this microphone's got to be over here, which is a really weird place for it to be. Okay, it's done its turn. It's time for me to do a turn. So, it seems like a no-brainer. I suppose like I'm burning through my cards in this way. We can either spend 2 money to launch a probe, or to launch a probe and get a movement and a mission. So, why don't we do that? Oh, the downside of choosing the launch tech, though, is that the 2 objectives we've got out here want us to have one of the other 2 types of tech. They've actually got 2 parts to them. Do a scan tech and complete a grey mission. Do a computer tech and analyze data, get the blue tech thing, basically. So we'll play the card, Higgs. Space Launch System. NASA's Space Launch System is capable of getting humanity back to the moon and beyond. This modular system can carry a range of equipment in a single rocket. So, this needs to stay as well, because this is going to be a mission for me. And we should be having a look at my board, shouldn't we? So you can see this up a little bit closer. So, this means have... This is land, isn't it? Yeah, there's the symbol for land. Have 3 things landed on places. Do not count moons. And for that, I get a money. That's a bit of a... We've got to do a lot to get a little reward there. But, having said that, things that... There's me shaking it. I'm moving around. Things are tight in this game. Money, energy, cards. Very tight. Hopefully, we'll do a good job and get some stuff made. So I've paid me money. I've put that card out. I need to get one of my probes now. Other players don't get in your way for this stuff. There is a race to... There's an extra reward for being the first to land or orbit on each planet. And the moons are limited. Each moon can only hold 1 person. And you've got to have that tech to land on a moon. But yeah, you can... There's room for 2 probes on Earth from other players. So I've launched that. And I also get 1 movement. And for us, asteroids are free. So, where do we want to go? I have got, potentially... So we want to land. And because I haven't improved, landing for me costs 3 energy. It costs 1 energy as a free action to get an extra movement. So what I'm saying is... If I just go to Venus, which is only 2 movements away, I get my free movement for this card, and I can pay this. Next time, I would be able to afford to land on Venus, which would get me the rewards for these really close planets. Not great. Still, 2 data, 5 points, and a yellow life trace. That's something. Saturn would be lovely. Well, it's just 8 points, 2 data, and a life trace. It's the orbits I really want for income and stuff. But... it's landing we want to do. I say just get to Venus, because I suppose if we move away, we'll get more publicity on the way, and maybe I'll be able to afford a tech. Like, if you spent 3 energy to just go asteroid, asteroid, Saturn, that's 3 publicity for doing that. I would have 6 again. We could have another tech. Ooh! You could do that. Yeah, going into orbit gives you income. But I would need a money to go into orbit. And the only way I've got of getting money right now is completing that mission, which I'm nowhere near doing. The Saturn plan is actually viable, isn't it? Because spending... This is again getting a tech that I don't need. But get 3 publicity to go up here, have 6 to be able to get a new tech, and then I could get the tech that makes landing cheaper. And the extra 1 I've spent to get there counts for that, discount. Ideally, I would love... Now I'm thinking about moons. You could land on moons. But no, it'd be too expensive. Or we could go to Neptune, couldn't we? I mean, even if we just want to land on the planet, Neptune, because it's so far away, depending on the position of the planets and stuff, 10 points for landing on Neptune. And an extra data. So I think that's what we do. So we've launched, we get a free movement. I get a publicity for that. Free actions, I'm going to pay 2 energy to go there, get a publicity, go to Neptune, get a publicity. Let's actually get on Neptune. I'm at 6 publicity for a future thing. That feels good. Yeah. Usually I don't go this far out, but it depends on the... I think the layouts allowed that a little bit better. Because as soon as someone gets a tech now, the 3 disc is going to rotate. That'll give me an energy when I get it as well. I don't know if I'll need that extra energy. Oh, actually, when the 3rd disc rotates... Oh no, moving back to Saturn's no good, because this will be on Neptune and not exist anymore. It's a plan, I think. I think I'm going to go for that. I don't know what I'll do next turn, let's see. Because the bot's just going to go now. And, oh yeah, I could just take any tech that gives energy. That's a good point. and then I could still get. So none of the scans give energy, but one of these computer ones would give energy, and then I could afford to land. Thank you. So, which button do I press to make the camera go to the bot cards? That one. Okay. So, can the bot analyze data? No. Still only half full. Can it spend 6 publicity to get a tech tile? Yes. So, it is going to move disc 3. And there is something to be said for if your probes are just kind of mooching about, particularly in these gaps that aren't on the rings, by the planets moving around, your probes can get pushed into things, especially mine that just want to get pushed into asteroids. If your probe gets pushed into one and it's worth publicity for you, you get that publicity still, even though you're not doing anything. Not in my case, because I'm out in Neptune. So he's moved ring 3, and then ring 1 will move next time. And he wants to take a tech tile. So that is going to be blue number 3, which, to be honest, is probably the one I was going to go for. He gets 2 points for that, so I'm probably going to go for this one instead. And that goes on here for when he does analyze stuff. He'll be able to... His next 2 computer actions are going to be pretty good whenever he gets to do them. Okay, then. I could get more cards, but they're not going to give me money. I don't think there's going to be a way of getting income this round, which is disappointing. Ideally, you'd like some more in round 1. But... I say, so we have the energy and we can keep doing this stuff. I mean, that would make it cheaper and I'd get the extra energy left over. But thinking of objectives, we'll go for this computer one. And since we haven't got any data yet, and we're about to get it... Yeah, let's pop this here. So I get 2 points and an energy right now. And this slots in here. So basically, it works just the same for filling your slots. When I get data as free actions, I can put them in these spaces. When this is completely empty, same as the bot, I've got to have 6 data before I can analyze it and then get some life traces. If I put this thing in here, I still only need 6, but I'll get 2 points for filling this space. I can optionally, once this space is full, I can optionally put a data here. It doesn't matter for doing the computer action, but I'll get 2 publicity for doing it, which is pretty nice. So maybe I want to do that. Okay. So that was me. I did another alien tech, and I think I need to rotate the discs for having done that. He's in the middle of nowhere right now. The bot looks at its deck. It's got no cards to draw. If you get into orbit of Neptune instead, you get 4 data, which will give you an income. Well, we could do that, couldn't we? I was thinking I couldn't do that, but it might have been worth going to a different planet instead. I think this is still going to be good. One thing I'm forgetting is the free action of converting stuff. You can basically convert 2 money, energy cards into 1 of something else. Or the same if you want, to spend 2 cards to get 1 different card. And these are not random cards as well. You would get to choose 1 from the display. If it's got the question mark on it, that's got to come from the deck. So I could, in theory, if I don't want to land... I could spend 2 energy as a free action to get a money, then I'd have the 1 and 1 to put something into orbit. Oh yeah, spend me publicity, thank you. It comes to the bot's turn anyway. It's got no cards to draw. So, it looks at the end game card, the end of round cards, and it gets rid of 1. So I'm going to get less choice when I pass. And the first person to pass rotates the universe. Okay? So, yeah, if I... The plan is to land, and that will get us towards the landing stuff. But if I go into orbit instead, I'll still get 10 points. I'll get 1 more data. I won't get a life trace. I'll get 4 data and I'll be able to scan something. Let's go. Let's get that income. Getting an income in round 1, I think, will be worth it. So, whoop. Hey, Mick, how's it going? Free action. I'll spend 2 energy to get 1 money. Normal action. I will... Yeah, landing will be, like, going towards a mission. Oh, wait, I did a computer task, so I should have a disk on there. And we'll have 5 out of 6 data for analysing later, too. And that's a mission, and we'll have that objective completed. Yeah, I'm going to orbit. Or maybe... I regret whichever decision it is. So it costs to put something into orbit 1 money, 1 energy. And looking at this a bit closer. So the first person to go into any of the orbits gets an extra bonus. That's going to be 3 points plus 7 will put me onto 15 points. We only want 16 for this objective, so the objective's looking pretty good. Again, this is difficulty level 2 of 5, so not like hugely impressive of me, but I'm doing something. Okay, I've gone into orbit, so I've had my points. I now get 4 data. This just comes from the data pool. It's worth like knowing as well. All these probe pieces and markers and stuff are recycled wood. It's called like re-wood and re-plastic. The data tokens are re-plastic. It's really cool and good looking as well. So I get 4 of that. It just goes into my thing, but as a free action, I can put stuff from my data banks here into my computer for free, fill in left to right. And again, these are optional spaces underneath from the tech tiles I've put in. You only have room for 6 things, so if you're getting more, you want to be using that free action to get more stuff out. Hey Jeff, how's it going? It's pretty great. So, oh, the one last reward, I can scan in one of the black sectors. So I can scan here, which is looking nice because that'd be 2 points, or Vega is very easy to complete. I think I'm going to go for the 2 points because that will give me the 16, won't it? And closer to gaining more stuff. And maybe I'll get the majority of this at some point. So I'm going to get 2 points. Hey, I've got 16 points. Pop my marker on there. We'll fulfill that at the end of the turn. And then if I want to throw all of this into my computer, I won't have the energy, unfortunately, to activate this turn. Did I take 1 extra? I wonder if I had 6. Yeah, I should have 5. Oh yeah, I won't have a full computer anyway. I've nearly got one. So that one's 2 points as well. 19 points there. There's a publicity, so we're back on 1. I'll go there. I'll go here to get an income. Now, the income, I've only got 1 card. So the only thing I can tuck is get a new card, which is all right, isn't it? Because I'm going to get one now and when we get income at the end of the round. And we want sets of different things. Tucked under our income thing. So it's a card with a question mark, so it's got to be a random one. And that is going to be Canadian Hydrogen Telescope. For 1 money, I can scan in any sector. And if I get 3 scan techs, I can have a data. It's another mission that I can complete for bonuses. A cheap thing to get out to. Not this round, though. I'm pretty much spent for this round. I have got this, which I might wait before I decide to put that out, because I could pop it here and get 2 publicity, which is pretty nice. But then again, maybe I just want to rush to complete the computer so I can scan for a tech, get this objective completed. We'll see in the future. I don't have to decide now. So my action was going into orbit, and at the end of my turn, we can say that goes in the completed pile. That's halfway there. All that stuff's all right. And it comes back to me again, and I think that's it. I have no resources to activate stuff, so it's going to have to be a pass from me. We get a card from the 2 remaining end of round cards. So what can I have? I can either have the Alma Observatory for 2 money, scan in 2 sectors, discarding cards from the display. The display at the moment doesn't have any black sectors in it for helping me majority of that, but if you complete at least 1 sector this turn, get a card from the top of the deck. Or the Lovell Telescope for 3 money, get a data, and do a scan action. If you have at least 8 publicity, and then it gives you access to this mission, if you have at least 8 publicity, get 3 points and a card of your choice. The They're both pretty nice. I'm not in love with either of them. But this is a bit expensive. Hey, Derek, how's it going? Hey, Steve. I'm only getting 4 money. 3 is the whole around, basically. If it gave me a tech, I'd be more inclined. I'm not going to go for the telescope. So the remaining one just gets discarded. Then... Oh, let's go to me. Oh, I've dropped my other camera remote. Then we pass. So discard down to 4 cards. Rotate the solar system if you're first to pass. Choose a card from the end of round stack. Then we have end of round stuff. Everyone gets income. And we know that my income is 4 money. 2 energy. And 2 random cards. And those cards are going to be Odinus Mission. For 3 money, I can get a launch tech. Not what I need for objective, but we've seen how powerful they are. And the goal is have something either in orbit or landed on Neptune. I've done that. And have something in orbit or landed at Uranus. I mean, right now, this could all change, but, I mean, probes are looking directly at Uranus. We could get 5 points and a card for that. Or we could choose... Oh no, we've got both of these. Don't have to choose anything. Trajectory correction. For 1 money, get 1 movement. If you move within the same ring at least once this turn, get 3 points and a publicity. That's alright, isn't it? Starting player goes to the bot. Rotation reminder goes to the next stack of cards. And we just continue. I need to shuffle up their cards. So they haven't gained a card yet, and they haven't really gotten a lot of stuff. But as soon as they fill that computer, they'll do more and more things. What did they do last time? They just, like... They got 2 techs, didn't they? They did a big scan, and they launched a probe. Now, though, we'll see when if they do this card, they'll be able to put it somewhere. And when they get their probes to something, they just get to launch, stroke, put into orbit straight away. They don't have to do a separate action for that. Yeah, the end of round cards are just taken from the deck. It's 1 more than the number of players. So they go roughly there. And bot is first player, so let's have a look at... roughly in the right place. Let's have a look at what they're doing. Has the second alien tribe been discovered? Nope. So, can they move their probe with 3 movement? Can they get to Jupiter? 1, 2, 3, yes. So, that's their priority. Just like me, they want to, like, using that amount of movement, they will try and maximize getting publicity wherever possible. So they'll do that. Can they spend a launch tech to land on a moon? No, that's their top priority. Then they will try and do one or the other of going into orbit or landing. If you have done one of them already, if one of them's been done already, and the being first bonus is gone, they'll choose the other one. But if both of them are available, nobody's been to Jupiter yet, they'll prioritize orbit. So they come here, they get 3 points, and they get all of the usual stuff, right? They're going to get a data. With that 4th data, they get 4 progress. Then they scan where Jupiter is, which is good for them. They've nearly got all the data they need, and they get an income. When they would get income, they get 4 progress instead. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nearly got an advanced card. They're going to get more actions this turn, but yeah, hopefully that progresses what we will hopefully do of getting more income and being able to do more things in a turn. We'll see though. Yeah, exactly. If they didn't want it called that, they shouldn't have called it that. None of this Uranus business. You can't change it now. Barely accepted. Pluto's not a planet. Still on an expansion where that appears here. In our hearts, it's a planet. Maybe not rationally, but emotionally, it's a planet, and that should count just as much. I'm stalling for a drink, and because I haven't thought of what I'm going to do now. So we could fill the computer up. Scanning. Over here. can only scan in yellows and blues by doing that. I could do a normal scan action, of course. That would be a money and all of my energy. And I would only get to scan here and one of the cards. So, like, trying to complete this, not really going to happen with that. Although blue would be quite nice. If we rotated and Earth was here, and I could maybe get 3 on Sirius, that would be nice. Because I would have 3 as well, but the most recent thing counts in a tiebreak. I don't think that's happening anytime soon, though. I think I have enough to get to... Oh, yeah, that was the thing, wasn't it? We are pointing straight at Uranus. So it would be 3 money. We would get a tech. If we chose the you can have 2 probes tech, we would get to launch one for free and get another... Oh, but that would rotate everything as well, though. Yeah, you could launch first, but to get it off, you could pay 2 to launch, then your probe's there. Then we wouldn't have the money to get any tech. We could discard this for a movement. 1, 2, 3 movements, and that's all your energy and stuff gone. And then what? It's just a clear path, so we've had no publicity along the way. Completing the mission would be nice, though. That'd be an objective for this. Yeah, it's a costly thing to do, innit? Whereas, like, getting the tech that launches you here... I am saying the things on purpose as well. Getting the tech that lets you land cheaper would give you an energy too. It's just, yeah, getting the tech is going to rotate the entire thing and put me further away from Uranus. Although the path would be... No, the path would still be rubbish. Like, if you got the mission and then scanned, you would be pointing at... Like, if you got the tech first, you would be pointing at Sirius to try and do some probe stuff here. It just seems like a set-up mission, doesn't it? Like, we're pointed right at it. Like, we could play the card, and at any point in the future, that will kick off. Like, we don't have to do it right away. Like, we've got that launch thing in the bank. And maybe we'll just get loads of movement later to just zip about as well. Just leave something around and it'll get pushed eventually. So this is only getting a launch tech. We want to land, so landing for cheaper seems like a good thing to have. And we'll be right next to Jupiter, so landing on Jupiter. And that would get us the 2 stuff that we need. It's just that that would be 3 money to play this. And then I don't have the 2 money to launch. This is the only way I'm going to be able to afford a tech anytime soon, isn't it? And we've got this trajectory correction. It's just... Yeah, getting the 2 probes tech, I'd only be choosing that because it would let me launch a probe. Oh, I should have a new objective revealed, which is orbit or land on Mars, Uranus, or Neptune. I don't think these things apply retroactively, right? I think you have to have done them. Yeah, it's got to have happened after you've revealed the task. So I don't know then. Would this not trigger? Actually, these are like putting tokens on. I think that would still trigger if you did it afterwards. Something because we're already on Neptune. It does really want me to go to Uranus, doesn't it? I mean, you could pay, get the probe, and have an extra energy. It would rotate everything. And you would have to go 1, 2, 3 and discard this to get onto the planet. That would give me 2 publicity so I could get a card, but all I'd have left for the rest of the round is a money. And I wouldn't be able to orbit or land or anything, would I? I could maybe get some more stuff with cards. Let's... Or you just launch now for 2 money, and we get some more money later. Yeah. Well, there's just been a lot of talking and not me doing anything. But I want a more useful tech if I'm going to get a tech. Two probes at once is useful, but if I'm throwing things just out, I'm going to... I could play this to move as well. And then we could go in orbit here. And that would be 11 points, 3 cards, and scan here again. I know we wanted to land, but it would count for this goal. It wouldn't get me data, whereas landing would have got me data. But I might be able to afford to go to orbit. I don't know if I could afford to land. Discard this. For a movement. Hey, Thomas. Yeah, I need to scan as well. I don't like where I'm... Although getting any data would be useful, wouldn't it? Thomas, by the way, the designer of the game, if anyone's got any questions. Questions that aren't, why am I rubbish at games? Because I think too much about everything. If you get the tech up instead of launching next time, you could scan. I suppose being 1 further away wouldn't be a terrible thing. Go on then. And we'd get an energy which kind of compensates for it. Let's pay 3 then. So, are we saying launch the probe with this, because it'll be free? Landing will still be more expensive, but we could maybe earn energy somewhere else. I'll go for it. So 2 points. We have gone past this alien mark, which only exists in a game with fewer than 4 players. It basically means you take one of these and put it in the leftmost alien trace space. It just accelerates, like... Usually I've got one by now. I'm not far off getting one. But as soon as your first life traces of each colour that you gain, you can put on these, and as soon as one of each type is done on the aliens, you'll flip that alien type over, see what the rules of it are, see what it's going to do, and most importantly, you'll get stuff for having contributed to this, so you want to if you can. But yeah, for going over 20 and 30 points, one will get added, and when he gets 20 points, he will also do that. So I've played the card. I am going to move ring 3. I'm going to get that launch tech. So that gave me 2 points. And it's going to let me launch. And, oh yeah, put yourself back on Earth. Launch and have an energy. If you go there, I can have 2 probes out and about. We won't do any more free things. Will I do a free thing? I know he hasn't got the publicity. I just don't want to be even further away from it. I'm going to spend an energy. to not be on ring 1, which is what's going to rotate next time. Yeah, just spend 1, and I'm happy with that. Then, bot is going to... Can it analyze data? No! It's got 5 out of 6 data. Just 1 off. So it can't do that. Can it spend 6 publicity? No, it's got 1. It's going to scan. So again, it hasn't got this tech, so it's just going to be Earth, and then discard 2 cards. We're looking from the right this time. So, thing where Earth is... Oh dear, it's going to... Probably, yeah, it's going to win that, I think. It is filled with its computer. In the future, it'll be able to do that thing, and it'll get the trace before me. Cards from the right, it discards this and looks at blue. Can it win 1? No. Can it get 2 points from 1? No. So it goes to where it has the most, which is here. Puts that in its bank for now. And then for its second card, blue again. Can it win 1? Yes. So it goes here again. And everyone involved in scanning Sirius A gets a publicity. That's just him. For winning, he gets a purple alien trace, or pink. So he can't go there, so he'll go over here and get 3 points and a publicity. And then this resets. If I had been here once, I would have got a publicity for being in second place, and one of my discs could have stayed in this first position. As it is, he was there alone, so all of his other discs get taken out, and this gets restocked with data. And that's it, isn't it? We restock the display. I've got another mission out as well that I need to have a think about. And that's his turn. So it's back to me. So what are you going to do? Your 3 spaces away from Uranus. I do have a data. I'm only 1 data off being able to do this. Getting 2 publicity would just get me a card. There is a black card in the display. Oh yeah, so I'll be able to scan the one that I like. I could scan here that's just any sector, but that's my only money right now. And we could scan in any sector and then use these as a money and do a normal scan next time. That wouldn't complete the black one, though, I don't think. Hey, Saracen, how's it going? I don't know if they've announced quite when yet. I think everything is kind of like soon after Essen is like a vague date at the moment, I think. Yeah, the bot's got a plan and he's executing it perfectly. I'm trying to get to Uranus. I'm trying. And I could just spend my energy, go in there and discard the movement card, and then I'm on it. But then I could only put it into orbit. A money and discard these 2 as energy, and then I would be on orbit. I'd get 3 more cards. We could use... If we get a 1-cost card... And that's a data? Yeah, this is way better. Analyze data would be a solo goal as well. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to discard this for a movement. I'm going to spend these for 2 movements. That gets me 2 publicity. Going through these 2 spaces. Then... Come on, you had a plan, you just said it. What was it? Oh, I'm going to turn these 2 cards into an energy, please. And then my main action is going to be a money and an energy to put this into orbit on Uranus. So 11 points. We're on 32. We can choose a scoring category. Dun, dun, dun. There's the right button. So, pairs of tech Pairs of tech tiles. I've got 2 already. So it's basically you're going to get to choose 3 out of 4 of these, but I do have a card that's going to let me choose a 4th. The sooner you're here, the better exchange rate you'll get. Completing missions. I've got a gold one. I'm about to complete a grey one. That seems pretty good. That's a front runner right now. Income cards of different types. At the moment, I've got a money and a card one. That's 11 points if I just put an energy under there at some point. And life traces, every set of 3 different life traces you get. I think this is the one to go for. Because I think I've already got 16 points worth of stuff out of this. Right. That was the points. Then, 3 cards from the top of the deck. We'll have a look at them in a minute. And scan in a black sector. Well, there's data floating about here. I am going to scan over here and try and keep the majority there. That's all of the stuff from that. But we have, from the goals, have something in orbit at Neptune and something in orbit at Uranus. I have done this. So that is going to be 5 points and a card of my choice. Ooh. And objective, I'm in orbit on Uranus, so that is going to be completed. And I think we'll be able to scan as well. It's happening. Right, so let's have a look at the display then. So options in the display. Probably not something we're going to be doing this round. Get another launch tech. Have something... Have a orbit and landing on the same planet. That's possible, isn't it? Scan in the sector with Saturn. Have something at Saturn, including its moons. Launch and get 2 publicity. And the goal is have 5 orbit stroke landers. And I want 3 landers for a different mission I've got. That seems alright, doesn't it? And it's the black sector for... I know we want that to be in the display for if I scan. I like the sound of that. It's expensive, but maybe I'll end up doing it. So that gets restocked. And so, let's just have a look. Okay, give it a sector focus. So this is now a completed mission. This just goes face down, and I need to remember about it. So we've got Saturn flyby. Again, I've got no money, but what I am going to do, I think, is put in a future turn, pop this out, turn 2 of these cards into an energy, and we'll analyze data and get this trace. I found a way around it, I think. That's kind of the beauty of the game and the multi-use cards and stuff, and being able to trade things in. You think, oh, this is impossible. How am I going to get to do this? Find a way around it. I'm not getting myself much income, but we're doing stuff on the faraway planets too. So yeah, Saturn flyby, 3 movement. If you visit Saturn this turn, get 6 points. SETI Institute, it's 2 money just for 1 publicity, which seems a bit rubbish, but it gives you these missions. Every time you do a scan action, you can gain 2 data or a card or 4 points, and once you've done all of those, that's a completed mission. Vega observation, scan at Vega, which is not the black sector that I've been working on. But then get 3 points for each win you've got in a black sector. That could be something to think about for only 1 money, again, in the future. And the space shuttle I've just got. Okay, so that was a great big turn from me. Over to the bot. Focus, please. Okay, my hand being there appears to have messed up the focus on the camera. I'll just tell you what he's doing. Can he analyze data? Yes, his computer's well full. Oh, he's going to get there before me. So, yes, he gets rid of all of this data. And it gives him a blue life trace, which he pops there for 5 points and a publicity. I wanted to be on this one. This one is from landing on planets, and I've been orbiting. Can he throw away a blue tech? Yes, for 3 points and a progress. 1, 2, 3 points and a progress. Hasn't quite got a card yet, but he's triggered this. It's going to be a new alien race, and I'm not involved. Got a lot of points, but yeah, that's unfortunate. That's his whole action. So we get to see. Should go to the right angle. Oh, it's not going to show you in these angles, is it? We'll see an alien race be revealed, and it is. There's some tokens, there's a little deck of cards, there's a little rule sheet for each of them. Will this work? Here we go. The Mascomites. On the moons of Jupiter and Saturn, we have discovered a new species of alien creature. Their name is derived from their diet, as they feed on the rare lunar mineral. I can't see from this far away. I should be looking at the screen. Lunar mineral masconite. Oh yeah, they're called Mascomites. They exhibit social and behavioural similarities to Earth's insects, but studying samples will reveal their true nature. So, they have cards. When this species is discovered... Oh yeah, spoilers if you don't want to know what any of the races are or do, but... They're a nice discovery when you do flip them over, but yeah, if you do get spoiled in this game, there's 3 more you don't know about. So when this species is discovered, shuffle its deck and deal cards to the players who mark the 3 spaces. Unfortunately, they were a player that doesn't exist and the bot. And I don't think the bot gets any cards in this case. Or should they get a card and that gives them a progress, actually? Each player gets a card per marker. I think that should give them a progress, which flips them around, which gives them an advanced card now to play next turn. Keep the deck near the board, flip over the top one and keep it in play. At certain points, we'll be able to get alien cards. They on the Mascomites board, it refers to Mascomite cards. A lot of their cards rely on these samples. So here's my bag of everything the aliens could be. Let me just find the Mascomites. How many is there? 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll keep this stuff down here for when the second aliens are revealed. Okay, shuffle these tokens face down. On the solar system board, deal 3 to Jupiter and 3 to Saturn. There's Saturn, and the remaining one goes face up in this spot. And then the rules for them. So we can collect these samples if you have a mission that lets you pick up these samples when you go to these places. They're often... That one isn't, but a lot of these are missions that let you land and grab a sample, I think I'm right in saying. That one has, like, if you get 2 of the yellow life traces for this species, you could then choose Jupiter or Saturn, pick up all of its things, pick one, gain its reward, and put it back. The usual ones are kind of deliver missions. You've got to take the samples from a planet you're landing on and deliver them to Earth or Mars, depending on what the mission is. So yeah, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, you collect the sample, it stays with you, and then you put one of your markers out on the board where you picked it up, and you've got to basically spend movement. This now counts as, like, as if it was a probe for all purposes of movement. And so I would get publicity for moving it through certain spaces, but you're trying to get it back where it is. And then when you do get it back where it is, you get the reward that's on the token, and then you start to define what these spaces are for the blue tech rewards. I think I've said what all the rules are. Briefly, you can have multiple samples. You don't have to keep track of which was which. Yeah, I think that's all of the rules. So, that's that discovered, and I think that's their turn. They've had a bit of a big turn as well. I'm upset that I wasn't involved in that. So in the future, when we get life traces, we can still go on here and have a stake when this one gets revealed. We'll get 3 points in publicity for it. But we could also go on any of these spaces here, and when this is revealed in the future, all the life traces will have to be on one of the boards, and you can get different rewards for doing those things. So this would be 5 points and get an alien card. I could either choose this face up one, 3 money for a publicity and a launch tech. I've got loads of them. The game didn't know though. What was your suggestion, Skycraft? I thought if you turn 2 cards into energy, if you throw 1 away for publicity, you could get to 6 and get an energy from a tech instead. I need 6 for a tech, unfortunately. Unless I've missed gaining some somewhere. Oh yeah, this one's got a publicity on it, hasn't it? Oh, I see. Like, put that there to get 2. That would get me 1, and then I could get a tech, which would give me... I'm only on 3 publicity right now. Oh, are you saying put your data on here to get the 2? Oh, okay, rather than just throwing it away for energy, you could throw it away to get another data. Then I'm getting another tech out of the bargain. I see. That probably is. But I do like this one. But I don't tend to win many. It's another mission for that, isn't it? Every pair of missions, 8 points. I think this is probably the smarter way round of doing it, though. So yeah, these are all free actions. Discard these for their corner things. So I put that on there for 2 publicity. Here's another publicity. There's a data. And if we go for any tech that's got energy on it, which unfortunately for the missions and things is... Oh, complete a mission. I've done that. That needs to go on there. Oh, this should have been completed ages ago. And a new one revealed. We're into the level 3s now. Oh, get a blue tech and get any tech. Okay, then. This will count towards a mission, so I'll go for this. It's going to be 2 points. It's going to be an energy. And it's going to be... I can land for cheaper. And if I go back to these places that I'm in orbit now, it's still kind of a good thing. I know they're far away and stuff, but landing on a space that anyone is in orbit of, doesn't have to be you, is 1 cheaper, to the point where for me it costs 1 energy to land on these planets now. So getting a load of landings is still feasible. Okay. I haven't moved the rings, have I? For the tech. I gained the tech. I've had its rewards. That's my turn. The bot. Remembering which button's the bot. Get your hand out of the way so it can focus. There we go. Can it analyze data? Oh, it should, though, have a publicity, because it puts these... Now its computer's free from analyzing. It puts the data straight back on. I've spent my 6 publicity. Can it analyze data? No. Has it got a probe? No. So it is going to scan twice where Earth is. So it hasn't got a choice in the matter here. That's going to give it 4 progress. And 2 points. Then, where the leftmost card says, which is a yellow sector. So for yellow, here and here. So nobody's there at all, so it's going to go in the biggest sector. Can it spend a pink tech? No, it never got one. So that is it. Refill the display. That's its more powerful card. See, it's got more movement and it got more where Earth was and stuff, like more concentrated. You know that's going to be in the same sector. Okay, my turn. I am analyzing data, aren't I? That's why I got this. So all of the data in the computer goes away. I get a blue tech, so I could get an alien card, but I think we want to contribute to this race being discovered, don't we? Oh, wait, this should have gone when I earned all of these points just. The first one should have gone on there, so I definitely will choose that, because this will be discovering the alien race, and I'll be involved. So will he, but at least I'm in it this time. So that's 3 points and a publicity. And I have just made a blue discovery. And that'll complete in a minute. Objectives out the window. Right. That's the turn, isn't it? I spent an energy, I analysed data, and spent all of my stuff. Let's first of all do the objective. So put you in the yes, you've done it pile, and the new objective is get 2 more computer traces. Ouch. Okay. These are half done as well if we get more techs on all of these. The cards so far have been leaning towards the launch ones. I've nearly got all the launch technologies. We need to reveal another alien. And this is going to be... Is this the one I haven't seen? This is the one I haven't seen. Okay. I should have doctored it so I've just seen all of them. But I did in the second game, but then in the third game, I just did it randomly. So let's move this out so you can see. Will I be able to see the text? We'll see. We have made contact with an intelligent civilization located 4.5 light years away. They rely on technology comparable to our own, which means we'll have to wait for a full 9 years for their reply. In the meantime, astronomers and scientists on Earth are working diligently to decode their messages. So, we get these for our player colours. What's my player colour? Purple in it. There it is. When this species is discovered, shuffle its deck. This one. The only unshuffled deck so far. Shuffle its deck, and each player gets a card per marker they did towards discovering it. Spaces with this icon let you draw a Centurion's card. You can do one from the top of the deck, or take the face-up card and replace it with the top from the deck. And yeah, I didn't say this with the other ones, but these cards can still be tucked for income and spent for their corner or their scans, like the other cards. They are a little bit more powerful for their corner thing. So yeah, it gives you 2 publicity, or it gives you a point and a movement. But their effects are more powerful, but like specialized to what the aliens do as well. So like the what was the name? The Mascomites. Yes, you remembered it. The Mascomites. A lot of their cards are about going and getting them samples and delivering them to various places. So, the bot would get an alien card, which means it just ticks up on its progress track. And... or is there a different income as well? Oh, yeah! Look at this! Could be getting data and publicity as income. I hadn't noticed that. Is that to the Centurions, or is that on the other ones as well, and I just haven't spotted it yet? So let's see. We get exocomputers. It's going to tell me what this means in a minute. I think it's in 15 points time you get that thing. So these are message milestones. When this species is discovered, get a message tile in your colour and put it as a milestone 15 points ahead of your current position on the scoring track. So I'm at 42. This goes at 57. Okay. Tell me about the Centurions. When you reach your message milestone, choose one of the available rewards on the alien species board. Oh, it's the other alien species board. And cover it with your milestone tile, thus making it unavailable for other players. So that's either an alien trace of your choice, a new Centurion's card and an energy, 3 publicity or 8 points. Message cards. Cards from this species cost energy rather than money. When you play a Centurion card for its effect, place one of your markers 15 points ahead of your score counter, then resolve the white part of the card, and keep it in front of you. When you reach your marker, resolve the green part of the card. Some turn themselves into an unusual type of income. After tucking the card, remember to gain one of the depicted resource immediately. Cards that don't become income are just discarded as usual. They are not missions. Reminder, milestones are resolved at the end of the turn in which they are passed or placed. Players evaluate milestones in play order. Yeah. Multiple messages. If you have multiple, stack them with the oldest on top and then resolve them in the order they were sent. Paying data. Some of the... oh, yeah, look at this. Some of the spaces that you can have alien traces to need data to be able to put your marker there. Cost is paid by paying from your data pool. You can't discard data already placed in your computer. You can't pay the cost. You can't mark that space. You can mark the topmost space any number of times. It's 1 data for 6 points every time. Solo. When you discover this alien species, the rival places 1 message milestone token as a player would. So they're going to put theirs on 39. And takes all leftover tokens. They get to use them with their alien action card. Oh, okay. Yeah, they'll get a card. You've seen like their... I think they've played it already. If the second alien is discovered, this gets replaced with a special card that relates to them. The rival marks spaces that require payment of data only if they have a full computer and enough leftover data to pay, because they always fill their computer automatically with data. Okay. So... that was me analysing data, wasn't it? I'm a bit tempted to just turn these into energy and put that out next turn. So it's like right on here as well, and I'll get a big payout in 15 points time, and I'll get 2 energy, which can be 2 points towards it, and 2 publicity. Start getting me back up that track. Tempted. Let's see what the bot does though. Don't have to think about me so much. The bot is gonna, if the first alien is discovered, they both are now, replace this card with the corresponding alien and resolve it. So the first alien is the Mascamites. Put a probe out and get a publicity. They can do that. Put a probe out, get a publicity. They're now on 6, the magic number. In the future, they'll try and get to planets with that card and take the samples away and stuff. Back to me. Do I put those exocomputers out? It would let me increase my income with data. But only when you've earned 15 more points. These are kind of expensive, but maybe I'll put them out in the future. It's just like another way to get income. I think I'm going to do it. I get to have, like, I suppose only 3 more cards. So having 5 things, you've got 2 in orbit and you want to get 3 more things landed. That's a mission you could do. And it'd count towards your missions and stuff. You're not going to gain points right away anyway. Wait, I'm going to pass. So the first one to pass turns the ring. And I'll get full pick of the things. So I could have SETI at home. If you have at least 8 publicity, mark a pink life trace. That's pretty nice. At the moment I've got 1, but we've got ways of getting some. Government funding, gain 3 points for each card with money tucked for income, then increase your income with this. Nice, but that does cost 3. And strategic planning, when you pay the indicated cost to pay a card as your main action, get this stuff. I mean, getting to 8 publicity isn't impossible, and that's a life trace for 1 money. I mean, in 3 data's time, that's 3 publicity. I've got 1, so that's 4. I don't know. That's the one I like the most anyway. The others, the bot, the bot should... Yeah, the bot will discard. It's got no cards now, so it's going to pass. It would get a card, so it gets a progress instead. You discard down to 4 before that happens. Yeah, discard down to 4, rotate if you're the first, choose a card. Then everyone gets income. So I get 4 money. Just 2 energy. And 2 cards from the top of the deck. And they are Osiris Rex. Choose one of your probes. Gain 2 data if it's on an asteroid. 1 for each adjacent asteroid. We're coming up to a time when that's quite nice, aren't we? And we could be on the way to Neptune as well. Doing that. In another rotation's time, that could be looking pretty great. Or Clean Space Initiative. Discard all 3 cards from the row and get their free corner effect, which right now is 3 publicity. Okay, I think that's getting done. There's 3 publicity. There's 3 publicity. Yeah. And we'll get a life trace, which could be a load of points and a card of either type. I feel good about that. He's just shuffling his deck. I need to be getting data so I can scan more on the computer. I want another computer tech. Oh yeah, end of the round. Can we discard 2 completed objectives? Yes. So he gets no extra progress. I only need to do 1 more objective this round. Ideally, I would do more, though, because at the end of round 4, I need to have done 4 objectives to not get him anything. And I want them all done, really. I am going to be first again, because we alternate. And, yeah, I am going to go for, straight away, Clean Space Initiative. I am going to pay a money And I'm going to discard all of these and get a publicity each, because that's what's in the corner of them. 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much. Some nice things probably coming out, but I don't get to have cards right now from the display. The bot... Let's focus on this. The second alien's been discovered now. So it needs a Centurion's card. Whoop. If the rival still has tokens, milestone tokens in the reserve and none on the scoring track, put one ahead. No, it's still got one on the scoring track. So it's going to scan instead where Earth is and then 2 cards from the right. So where Earth is going to be Procyon, which is going to fill their computer up. And then the cards from the right, it's going to be a blue. The blue is going to be... So you or you. This one gets them 2 points. So it's going to be this one. 1, 2. They get to claim a goal. Remind me which goal they take. Is it just the leftmost? I think it's down to their thing, so it would be the rightmost. It's down to their arrow on the thing, I think. Remind me on. Picture points, yeah, it gains things that it normally would. Use the decision arrow. So it basically wants the first one it comes to that no one's claimed the best spot yet. Either working from the left or right based on what its card says. So that's its blue thing. And then it is going to research in black. So it can't win. It can't get 2 points where it has the most. Ugh. Annoying. And get some of the data for that. Okay. That's its turn. I'm thinking an energy to do exocomputers. And I am going to pop a marker 15 points ahead, which is there still. Let's remember this. Pop that up there. And I get 2 data right now. I'm going to put it here and here. 2 points. 2 publicity. Oh, it's so tempting. I've got 6. I want attack. But we want to have 8 so we can get a life trace for 1 money. That's a main action. Bot can it analyze? Yes, it can. So all of its data is gone. It gets 3 extra points for analyzing. 1, 2, 3. Can it get rid of a blue tech? Yes. For 3 more points. This has no effect now. They've both been discovered. And a progress. And it gets a blue trace. It wants the lowest ones. And I think it's the left. It looks at the lowest row that's available. And it wants the leftmost one, I think. Here's a life trace. The lowest available space in that column. If they're equally low, choose based on the decision error. Yeah, so it wants the lowest on the left, which is going to be 5 points. Nearly right at that. And an alien card, which to it is a point, a progress. Oh yeah, fill in the card display. That's its turn. It analysed some data. So now... Man, it's tempting to launch. Launch a probe is 2 money. Move it onto an asteroid. That's a publicity. Yeah, launch. If you're going to launch, better to do it with Space Shuttle. That is all of my money, though. Oh yeah, I'll get 2 publicity though, won't I? I don't even need to move it yet. And I'll have that mission. Yeah, we'll just have to get rid of cards for the other money. I want to keep that card, though, to get a load of data off probes. I know it's wasting 2 publicity, and the mission's kind of nice. But the mission's not going to get done for ages. So if I just pay normally to launch, I'll still have the money to do this card, and I'll have the energy and discard that to get it moving onto asteroids to get me the stuff. And when this moves, when I get tech in a minute, it will hopefully push me onto asteroids, is what I'm hoping. So I'm just going to pay 2 to launch, and I'm going to pay an energy to move there, which is a publicity. Space shuttle's so nice, but it's too expensive, and I've done crap for income. I'm going to move again and get a publicity from that, because I will still be moved. If space moves, I'll get pushed along and close to Neptune, which is my ultimate target. Maybe we can hope there's an asteroid under here as well, because getting pushed onto an asteroid would give me a publicity too. The bot can't analyze data, although this should go on and give it another thing. Can it launch a probe? No. Can it spend 6? Yes, it can. So we move ring 3. Oh. Well, I'm close to Neptune, but it's covered up an asteroid. That's annoying. And then the tech it wants is orange 1. That hasn't got a 2 point on it, so it is going to go along until it finds one with points on. It's just trying to take that stuff away, basically. Okay, it's reached its points milestone. Okay, according to the decision arrow, it wants the leftmost thing, which is going to be a trace. I guess it's just going to take the leftmost thing available if it has a choice. Which is going to be 5 more points. It's caught right up. I'm losing it. And an alien card, which is a progress on there. And that's it. And it's got that for when it launches in the future. It's going to get to go on a moon, isn't it? Then, we can do SETI at home. If you have 8 publicity, I do. Mark a pink life trace. I do like these, and I'm moving probes about, but I think I'm not going to be going to where it wants me to, though, so I think I'm going to go 5 points and an alien card here. Oh, we should have 1 in the display. 5 points, please. So close. So we could either have, this would be 2 publicity or synthesis instructions. An energy to put out in 15 points time, get a data now. In 15 points time, get a yellow life trace. That's quite nice. Or we could take the mystery from the top of the deck. Mystery from the top of the deck. This one is alien schematics. Might have wanted the publicity. This could be a data, though. And a point, if you want to just get rid of it. An energy to get 2 publicity. In 15 points time, get a blue trace. And we want blue traces for this. Okay, better, I think. Want to hang on to that. I've just burnt through my stuff doing that, though. I can get a tech next time, can't I? Bot. Can it analyze data? No. Can it spend 6 publicity? No. Can it scan? Well, it can always scan. It scans where Earth is. Now he's got more than me here. He hasn't got a black card to get rid of, though, luckily for me. He gets that data. Then cards from the right, it's going to be yellow first. So there and there. Can he get 2 points from anything? Yes, which is 4 progress. He's going to get an advanced card. And then blue is here or here, where he has the most, which is this one. He hasn't got a pink tech, so that's that. So back to me. I could get a money and play this for 2 data. I could get an energy and play this for 2 publicity. But why don't wait to do that? Let's get a tech. We've got all this publicity. Let's get a tech. So down to 2. Just moving ring 1. I'm not thrilled about. It's putting him close to Neptune. Now I want to get landed on Neptune first. What are you going to have then? I mean, well, anything but launch is going to complete you an objective. So, choose one of these things. Hey, Necro Toaster, how's it going? It's the first live stream you've ever caught. Oh, hello. Thank you. I'm glad you watch it and like it. Yeah, whichever one we do gets an objective. Then get the Earth scanning wider tech because it lets you get the most now. And hopefully lets you complete the black signal soon. Oh, give me 2 data, yeah. And a card of my choice. Let's replenish the display. Could be something I really want. Publicity in all the corners. A money to move twice would get me onto Neptune, which is kind of the aim, but it would probably be the last thing that I do. Yeah, let's scan Earth. I'm down with that. So we get 2 data and a card of my choice. And 2 points. 1, 2. We've reached 50 points as well. 2 data. There's a publicity. There's nothing. I could get a card with the publicity if I really wanted it. 1 more data is an income. Right. You want a card, and then we're going to do this at the end of the turn. So do I want one of these ones? Scanning the sector with Jupiter is nearly... when ring 3 moves, it's going to be the one I want, but... Just get 2 data, and I could get a money. And then I'd have an income, wouldn't I, for round 4? Or Venus flyby would give me the movement to get onto Neptune, but then I wouldn't be able to... Yeah, I'd have to discard 2 cards to get the money to play that. And then... I unfortunately wouldn't... It only cost me 1 energy to land, but my income's rubbish in it. But I think data... Yeah, the data would give me an income, wouldn't it? Which would give me an energy now and an energy in the future. Let's go for energy. I want points as well. Right, so you just go there. New card is revealed. Get a card now, and in future, when you get a scan tech, get a publicity. When you do a scan, get a data. That's quite nice. So then I need to claim a goal. So that one can wait. He's already been there. Set of different... Oh, yeah, I haven't done income yet. I'm going to be doing income, so that's 11 points. I have 4 techs, so that would be worth 14 right now. That's unlikely to go up to get another set of income things. This could go up. I keep researching like mad. I think that's the one. And he'll just take that on his next thing. And that's it, isn't it? His turn. Can he analyze? Not quite. Can he spend 6 publicity? No. He's going to scan. Oh, luckily, I've moved this away. So he's not going to finish this one. He is going to scan twice where Earth is. So he can analyze next time. And then 1 card from the left, which is going to be blue, which is going to keep him going on this one. Oh, yes, and the solo goal. Thank you. What did I do? Oh, yeah, I got a pink tech, didn't I? You're done. And a new one comes out, which is put something into orbit. I thought I was done with the orbiting. Maybe not. Right, that's his turn, isn't it? So, shall we keep the schematics and... Oh... Do you know what? I was thinking discard 2 cards to get a money to play this. But I want an energy, ideally. To tuck. because it feels like energy that I'm short of. So if I discarded this, I could just get the data instead. Because I don't need 2, I only need 1 for income, and then I would have any of these to tuck as energy. Well, tucking as money would be nice as well, because I am playing a lot of cards. It breaks my heart a little bit, but I do want points too, so actually not so much. It's only 1, but that's a point. A data will be an income. Yeah. Just discarded that for its effect. I've not done an action. And that's basically going to be all I get to do. I'm not going to do this SETI Institute for anything. Maybe discard this to move. Or just discard SETI for a data. And then you could use income. Oh yeah, that's a better way around of doing it. Let's not have the points. SETI's also got a data in the corner. I like that way around better. Still gets me the data. Will tuck Osiris Rex. It's just not the time, I don't think. Although I do want to get out. Oh, 2's not going to move me yet. I'm fine. Tuck this, which gets me an energy. And yeah, we could play that Alien Schematics. And get some rewards in 15 points time. Get an energy right now. None of this is actions, is it? So the action is going to be playing a card, Alien Schematics, which I took underneath in 15 points time on 66. Okay, but can it launch? No. Is it within 4 of Saturn? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. Gets 3 publicity. That's the way it went. Take... Oh, can it spend a launch tech? Yes. To land on the moon? Yes. So, one of Saturn's moons. I guess it'll just use the arrows. Oh, or it'll want the most points. Oh, this is going to be low. Oh, no, this is scanning. This is scanning. So 12 points. So far ahead of me now. It gets to claim another goal. It'll claim the one that I haven't had. It doesn't score these. It just blocks me. And then it gets to scan in red. So nowhere in red. Got 2 public. Oh, thank you. 2 publicity. Oh, we're nearly at tech again, aren't we? I could get a tech. Discarding this. I could have another tech. I don't know if that would do anything. I'll have a think. Oh, well, actually, it could do an objective, couldn't it? So it's landed on here. It's going to scan in red, which is here or here. They're completely empty, so it'll go for the one with the most data in it. Then a blue. It's nearly finished a blue, hasn't it? It will finish a blue, actually. So it gets a publicity for being involved. It gets a pink trace. The lowest pink trace is both of these, and it will choose the rightmost one because that's what its card says, which is a card and 3 points. Getting left behind. And then we fill that back up with data. And then there's one more in the yellow. Yellow is going to be this one. It's got 1 million on. There. Looks filling up with data. He'll be able to analyze 2 times in a row. And then he is on that moon because he had the tech to be able to do that. Then take a random... This is Saturn. Take a random thing from this planet and put it face up on the species board. Ignore the reward. Okay. It doesn't have to do the deliveries. It just puts one out. Back to me. Okay. I could complete an objective by putting a computer thing out, and it could go there ready for the next bit of data. And it could get me a card. So I would be missing this card, but I could get a different card instead. This one's free. When you visit Venus or Jupiter, get some rewards. Eh. I mean, techs. That's my business, isn't it? That's what I get a lot of endgame points for. Scanning, I'm not really doing the action of. Although I want to. I don't have to do this. I just haven't been doing it. Oh, you want computer, though, to do this? I do want to go in orbit of something as well. Let's turn this in for a publicity. The middle ring will rotate, like so. Oh, I want to move. You could get a card that's going to move you. This would make scanning let me launch probes, which is kind of what I want, or move the probes. Also scan where Mercury is. It would make the scanning action more appealing, although it's still so expensive for me. And money and 2 energy. It's a computer one you need. Okay, get the one that's worth 2 points then. And this could get you some energy as well. Only gets you a card right now. 2 points. We're inching closer. Put that there. You can put it underneath this, but you don't get the rewards. You don't get the 2 points for the data already being there. I could get something with a data and 2 points, but that's not quite enough. 0 publicity. You could get a movement, and you'd be on these asteroids, but you're still... Maybe I shouldn't get a tech, because it's going to push me away from Neptune. Take this card, move me on here, give me a publicity. At least it'll move me onto a publicity space, and then I'll just have to come back. Or you should get the tech next time. Get the tech next time. I've changed my mind. We don't need to do that objective right this second. I might lose out on that 2 points for it. Get back up to 6. Stay where you are down there. Don't take that card. And move ring 2 back. Because then I'll pass, and that will move ring 2, and then I won't get moved away from Neptune. And we can just spend the 6 publicity next time. It's a turn, but... yeah. So I'm going to pass. Oh, I didn't need to move ring 2 back then. I need to pass, which moves the rings. I get to choose a card. So I could have telescope construction, a card, and a scan tech. 3 money, though. For 4, scan twice due to cards and then get a scan tech. Or Mariner 10 mission. When you visit Mercury or Venus, get some benefits. It's free. And it's a mission. These seem expensive now. Free and it's a mission. Assuming the bot doesn't rotate the system before. Oh yeah, the bot's going first, aren't they? Yeah, the bot might mess me up anyway, mightn't they? Oh well, I've had the best choice cards. So he's gonna pass and get a progress rather than a card. And then we get income, which is 4 money, 3 energy, and 2 cards from the top of the deck. Got scan twice in the sector with Mercury, scan twice at Proxima Centauri. Having stuff at Mercury is worth a point. I get a Neptune. Right. I want to get landing things. Then what? Starting player pass. Rotation reminder to the next round. Bot goes first. Bot's card. Can it analyze? You bet it can analyze. Got a billion things. It's got no techs. Hasn't done that for a while, but it's going to get loads of bonuses, isn't it? It's going to analyze and get a blue thing. The lowest blue thing is here, which is 5 points, and a tech card, which is a progress. Then it fills all this in, getting a publicity. Now it's got 6. And 4 progress. Nearly got another card. Oh, end of the round. That was round 3. Oh dear. Just kind of realised. There's 3 objectives that I have completed. But now I need to have done 4 at the end of this round. That's seeming unlikely, isn't it? The way I'm going about stuff. Okay. So it just did that. Do I just spend some energy to get to Neptune? You can spend a card as well. You've got cards that'll move you. I'm not overly in love with playing any of these cards, to be honest. Earth's gone away from scanning where Mercury is in a few rotations' time. I wouldn't mind that. 2 rotations' time. That would be a good card. I kind of like that. I'm going to move with you. Yeah, before anyone spins anything. I think that puts me on 7. I just picked it up and forgot where I was. We're on at least 7. Maybe I should be on more. And then, yeah, I don't care about this card. I want to be on Neptune, please. So they are just free actions. And then... I wanted to land. Work on this. And landing on Neptune is 3 data, 10 points, and a yellow thing. So that's what I'm leaning towards. The only thing why I want to go in orbit, that would still be 7 points, 4 data, and scan here, and complete that. I should be on 8 now. Oh, thanks. I have put it on 8. Don't know why I was saying 7. Ooh, that's tempting. So I want to land because it's cheap as can be. 1 energy to land. It will be one of me 3 towards this. And landing's cool. And we get all that stuff. And we're the first there, so we'll get the data. But if I put it in orbit, I'll still get quite a lot of stuff, even though it's not the whole shebang. And I'll put something in orbit for this. That's an objective out of the way, and we can see the next one. So I think despite my best efforts to try and land on something for a change, 7 points will still give me these benefits too. So I think because of the objective, I'm going against my best judgment. Well, I think this is my best judgment. I'm going to put it in orbit again. So this is in orbit of Neptune. I think landing is still better. I suppose like I'd be the first one to land. But, oh, the other thing with orbiting, I'd complete this. And so I can still land in the future. It would complete this, giving me a publicity and 3 points and the pink thing. Because at the moment he's in the lead of this. If he does one more action and there's like black in the display, he'll get this. I don't know if I should be worried enough about that. See, that's 1 less data, 3 more points, and a yellow discovery. I could land it on the moon for just 26 points. Oh no, I didn't get that tech. That's the only tech I haven't had. Hey. Angela, the game is here. I need to be on late, right? I sometimes see when... I see like you've just finished streaming when I wake up sometimes. Time zones, eh? I see you played some... TCG Card Shop Simulator. I've played a few hours of that. I love it. I had like a problem with my arm though earlier this year, and it's mostly gone away now, which is nice. But I noticed when I'd played that for a couple of hours, because I haven't really been playing games for ages and ages, it brought back a twinge in my arm and it scared me, and I haven't played it since. But it's an amazing game. Anyone that's got a PC for gaming, check out TCG Card Shop Simulator. It is more addicted than it should be. Yeah, there's a lot on. There's a lot of spinning parts, but it's easier than it looks, but it's still chunky. I think just for clearing the objective, I suppose like I could just make a different probe and send it to Mars or Venus or something. Yeah. Have I spent it? Oh yeah, I'm spending the money and energy. I'm just going to spend the energy then. I'm going to go with you. Do we land it on the planet? Yeah, I haven't got the moon thing. 3 data is still a lot of data. We can still analyze with that. Although, Now we're on Neptune. I'm not worried, am I? Should I get the data first, and then we can fill all of this up? Let's not land then. 6 publicity, please. I'll have the thing I was going to get last time. And we'll put it there. And then we can put the data up. Although you want to fill your computer up quickly and get all of that? Ah, right, do that. That's your turn. Live with it. The bot, can it analyze data? Nearly. Can it spend 6 publicity? Absolutely. Oh no, I should have moved ring 3 on my turn. Ooh. And this is going to put Mercury in for my turn. Great. So he's getting a tech, which moves ring 1. So publicity. Oh yeah, I could just put the data in my bank, couldn't I? Hey Dan. Hey, kind of space DJing, yeah? Yeah, I could have stuck with me move, couldn't I? But yeah, either way, he's not getting in the way of me. He might have took the... He's not going to take the tech. He's going to take orange 1. No. He would have taken it. He would have taken the points away. I would probably have had a different one instead. Oh, I should get a card, shouldn't I? Card? Do I care about any of you? No. Let's have something from the deck. Mark a pink thing that I don't know the word for. Life source. Life trace. For a species which you've already marked a pink, I'm going to get a pink when I do this. Good draw. Right. So yeah, he would have taken that away. He is instead going to go all the way around to the first one that's got points available for it. Grab that, have 2 points, and get a progress. You care because you're about to get an income, so get a card you don't want for income. That would have been good. I think I've drawn a good one, though. Ooh, I'm going to get income. Where am I getting income? From your alien card. Oh, but that just gets income with that gets income with that card, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that gives me income with that card. I don't get to choose with that. Right, I'm going to have a detour before space rotates any further. And I'm going to scan where Mercury is. Are you? Yeah. Yes. I'm going to pay 2 money, scan twice in the sector with Mercury. This one. So I think my extra scan... Does it get me a data? That gets me 2 points. I know the overscan lets you put a marker out. Does it get you a data or no? I've never done this. I know it counts for majorities. You don't get data for excess, but it helps you win. I didn't need it, but I think while it's spinning around, I want to win this, and I'll get pink for this, which I can then put that out as well. It's going to be great. Don't worry. So I get more, but what it boils down to is I win this. We each get a publicity. And I get 3 points. Resolve all that in a minute. Pink discovery. Loads of stuff's kicking off. Maybe I'll pull back into the lead. Pink discovery. We could have 5 straight points. 3 points here and an energy. Are we going to go to Saturn and do any of these delivery things, though? Wherever I put it, this card will get me another one on that place. So I kind of want to have... This 3 data could be sitting around, and my second one could go on here for 15 points. Let's go here. Oh, I've already got one here, though, so I don't have to put it there. Give you a card. Yeah, card. 3 points. And we'll see what it is. It is ecosystem study. Look at all of the things on a planet with your probe. Choose one, gain its reward, and put it back. A point for every life trace you have marked for this species. If you put that out, might get me move. I could put it down as income and stuff. Right, then. This increases my income with this card, as we've got on here. That's what that marker does. Oh no, I don't know why I'm tucking it under there. So I get a data. Oh, thanks so much, Andy. Have a lovely stream. What are you streaming? So I get a data now, which I'll hold in me banks for the time being until I've had a think. Had that card, I've had the points, I think. I've had the life trace, yeah. He stays in second place for this thing. Over here. I put this out so we could have one of their cards and an energy, or 3 publicity, which is another tech. So I get the feeling I know which way this is going. Or 8 points. 3 publicity, please. Is that all of the stuff? I think so. And then we'll land on Neptune next time. But, does he have one of these in his reserve? Yes. Put it 15 points ahead of him. He's at 67, so 82. And then it gets a progress. And it'll get to do... I can't do that ever again, but he can do it twice more. So I've kind of left those things for him. Then, so that's up here now. If I get things on... If I can orbit or land on Mercury, I get 4 points. And do another... And that's another mission completed. So then we're landing on Neptune. Only costs 1 energy. I get 3 data. Hey, Colin. It's not quite as heavy as it looks. My brain's melting a bit, but yeah. It's not as bad as I might be making it seem. Maybe trying too hard to do too well. And we'll see how well that works. On 71, so that's going to kick off. It's so satisfying when it works. It's just because there's like multi-use cards. There's a lot of ways around getting what you want. So you can think, oh, this is going to be really good, but you can like outthink yourself a little bit. And actually, if I do these 3 things first, that will be more efficient. But in the meantime, will that option have gone because the bot or other players are going to do stuff in the way? It's not like... I don't want to make it seem extremely heavy. I'd say it's like a medium heavy game. But, yeah, I might be making it look worse than it is. Not worse, but heavier than it is. I tend to get lost in things. When I'm filming more. Better at keeping track when I've just got my head down. But as soon as I start yapping. Which turns out you need to do. Right, finish what you were doing. You've landed on Mercury. I've had 10 points, I think. And I get a yellow discovery. So we could have 5 points. And a card from somebody. I mean, these could be worth extra points if you go and do this ecosystem study. Or it could just be worth 7 points or 2 data for doing this and getting this finished. And the data could be them traces, or it could be used for when you get stuff on here. Maybe I won't spend the 3 data to get those 15 points and we'll just analyse instead. Oh, it's tough. They're all good decisions. We will go here for 5 points. And I'll take this card. And maybe I'll do that. So there's a new one in the display. Oh, that would have got me some income. And a tech card, but it would cost 2 energy, but I've got a bit of energy. I think that's all the rewards from that. Then I've gone past this marker, which means I get a blue discovery. That's one of them. I can spend the data. Okay. So this just gets me a blue thing. So I don't want to spend the data yet. I want to spend it on this one, probably. So blue, 3 points on one of these cards. Just get more data, and then get some more stuff on there. No, we'll go 3 points. And now you're kind of expensive. It does increase your income with publicity, but no, we'll go this one here. One, get a publicity and a money, and increase your income with this card for publicity. We'll think. Right. And finally, I need to gain my third goal card. So one of them, I'm going to get the middle position for. The last one, I'll get the rightmost position for. Ooh, that's triggered a lot of things. Yeah, usually, some actions are really small as well, Colin. Like, I am doing something that has kind of, like, been lingering for ages and has triggered a billion things. Like, there's this alien race that's put a load of things on the scoreboard. When I get that many points, it gives me a bonus. Like, yeah, not every turn is like this. Some turn was like, I launched a probe and paid a bit of money. That's it. But sometimes it all goes off. So, sets of different things. I'm not going to do a lot of at all. I might as well have the minimum for that. Sets of traces. There's a set. I'm going to get another pink. I'm going to get another blue when I analyze. Getting more yellow, I need to land, but I do want to land, so I think I'm going to go for sets. Right. I think that's all of my stuff. Apologies for the length of that turn. But it's satisfying, wasn't it? The bot. Can he launch? Yes, he has not got a probe on Earth, so he will launch and get 1 publicity. And we're still... Should I be on 6 there? I can research again? Or have I not put that down? No, I was on 8 at one point, wasn't I? Let me know. That needs to go to judge's decision. Okay, before we earn any points, let's play synthesis instructions. 15 points ahead. So on 94. And we want to land on another planet at some point. That will hopefully happen. But can he analyze data? Not quite. Can he move 4 to get to Uranus? Yes. 1, 2, 3. And he gets 3 publicity for that. Can he spend a tech? No. So he is going to try and land on Uranus is his priority. He can. He's taken away my first prize for getting there. So 1 go there. 2, 3. He gets 9 points and a yellow discovery. So that'll put him on 76. He can't claim any more things, so he don't bother. He can't steal first place. That's all he's doing when he's taking goals. He gets a yellow discovery, which he wants lowest, which is going to be down here, which is going to be a progress for the card. 5 points. Pop him on 81. He's nearly at that. Okay, that's that. Then, I got a blue trace. Oh yeah, blue trace on the solo goal. Thank you. And I got a blue tech at some points, didn't I? I got a blue tech before that all kicked off. That one. That would have done this objective. We should have been looking at another one. You're a completed one. Win a zone. Ah, it's unfortunate. A bit late for that. You could try. It's 5 points to them if I don't do it by the end. So... Did it work out? Have I got this 6 publicity? Did I spend it all and then get loads again? Or have I just not spent it? Maybe there was card rewards or something, I can't remember. I'm tempted to get this out. It is my last data. With alignment of the spheres. Where was I going? Oh, anywhere. I think I've got 6. Thanks, Christian. What do you think? Just get a new probe out and just get it landed. So I need 2 energies to land, but If I put the info cluster out, though, it's energy you'll need. Or I could get money, couldn't I? From this? Or I could get... You've got the energy one. God, this is my Centurion Wars, thank you. What do you mean alignment of the spheres? Was I going somewhere? I can do my spectrograph to get another pink somewhere I already have a pink, which is either of them. I was going to go to the 15 points, wasn't I? That's why I was thinking, do I do the info cluster first and get that out? And that would give me what? Publicity. Just a nice line of planets. Yeah. If he hadn't got to Uranus first... Yeah, it is a good opportunity. And like, we do want to land on stuff. I just don't... I can't afford it, can I? Where did he go on? Jupiter. That's miles away. So making it cheaper for orbit is just Jupiter right now. We could just, like, launch, get to Mars. We'll get a publicity for that too. But I wouldn't be able to do anything, would I, once I was there? I want to land on things, but we have got, like, another round for it. I'm going to put the info cluster out, which will be another one on the same space, because I'm going to win 15 points next turn, I think. And that gives me what right now? A publicity and a money. He goes, can he analyze data? Yes. So he's getting, he can't spend a tech. He's getting a blue discovery, which will be lowest one is here, 3 points and a card, which is going to, he's not going to pass. He's got a fresh card. And 3 points, 1, 2, 3. He's got this. He wants it on the rightmost, which is 8 points. Ouch. Then I'm doing this spectrograph. Mark a pink for a species where you've already marked a pink. I'm going to spend 3 data. And I am going to mark this one for 15 points. That just goes away. So that data's spent. 15 points should put me exactly on here, which triggers both of these. So I increase my income with this card and get a publicity right now. I know that's the second one, but the other one I have to think about. That one I don't. Yellow discovery. Don't really want that card again. We could like be thinking about getting to Saturn the way we are, but it'll take a while, won't it? I don't have 3 energies to spend to get to somewhere else. 2 data. 5 points or 3 points on a card. Yellow discovery is good for the sets as well. I'm going to go for... You've got money, though, not energy right now. Here, these could be worth points if I got that out as well. I don't know if I particularly fancy it. 3 points, and I'll take this card. And then... Oh, thanks, James. It's going to be a big one, isn't it? There's only one more round left, and we're getting there. Computer simulation costs 3. I've only got 2 right now. Get a publicity and a blue tech. And if I've got 2 blue for this species, choose Jupiter or Saturn, look at all of its things, pick one, get its reward, and put it back. Okay, but got a new card now. Can it analyze data? No. Can it launch a probe? Yes. And it gets a publicity, and it gets a progress. That's going to be its last action. I can get a tech. Oh, I'm chucking them into the... Oh, yeah. I'm just chucking them into the big discard, aren't I? I'll find them out later. Oh, one went in my income. I think I've got them. Right, so yeah, there's a tech we could get. Landing on moons. I mean, moons are big rewards. I shouldn't be dismissing them like that. Like, a good thing I've enjoyed doing is getting that moon thing early, racing to Mars if it lines up nicely, and getting that 8 points and 2 income in round 1. It's lovely. But I don't think it really suits now. Scanning and paying an extra energy to launch is nice, or extra moving. And it's a publicity. Move me towards another tech. And it's 2 points. Discarding cards for extra things might help me with this. Paying publicity to scan where Mercury is. Yeah. Pay 6. I'm going to get publicity back. Does that put me on 3 or 4? I think 3. 2 points. And I'm going to pop that there. But are you going to do scanning, though? Because it's useless if you're not. Just to win this thing. Maybe you're just not going to do that objective. Whereas this is more money to play things, and it's a card now. You could analyze data. Get rid of 2 cards for an energy. Maybe get a data to put in one of these spots. Get this card that's an energy. The credit computer upgrade. Oh yeah, that's what I've done. This is like 20 seconds behind. Nice to have my choice reaffirmed. Right, Jelly's good for that. Not so good for other things. He's passing. So, ring 2 rotates. Oh dear. And he's going to take the top card away and get a progress. And, oh, landing for 1 money. That would have been nice. I said a plan, I don't know what it was. So that we definitely want to put on there for 2 points, because that lets us analyze data. So I could turn 2 money doesn't seem like a good idea. 2 cards I'm not so fussed about. Turning into an energy would be nice. But no, you don't need to, because let's use this for a data. And then that's the energy we need to analyze. Am I going to do this? Probably not. Let's get rid of this for a point and a data. Although now I can afford it, ironically. And then I can have a money 2. Maybe that'll be for next time. And then I can analyze data. So spend all of this to get another blue discovery. And we could have 5 points, 7 points. And we want 2 here for some reason, don't we? I think I've just got rid of that card that was asking me to do that. Yeah, I have. 7 points, though. 2 data's kind of tempting, too. Yeah, 7 points. Boom. And maybe 1 if I put this out. 7 points. I can have me 100. He's passed. So, do we just put this out? It's worth 3 points right now. Maybe more later. It only costs 1, and I can get a bonus from whatever these could be. I'm going to do it. Give me some points at the end. Look at all of the things. Choose one, gain its reward, and put it back. 2 money, 3 points on a card, or 2 energy. They're all quite nice. I don't know what cards I'm going to get. I can still launch. With 2 energy, I could get somewhere. Where did he go? Jupiter? No, I'm miles away from there. I think with 2 energy, I can get onto a planet, can't I? I could launch and be on Mars, but I wouldn't be able to afford to land this round. Oh, this is a... I've just done a blue thing for this. Oh, this is round 4, though, isn't it? I haven't done 2 objectives, so... Unless I can go into orbit... Would I be able to go into orbit? No. I could launch for 2 money. I could get a card which would let me move. And 3 points, but no, you wouldn't have the energy, so you would need a money and an energy to land. I can get 2 money, which isn't enough. I would be an energy short of landing on Mars as well. Oh, I get to see another objective. Launch! Get 9 publicity. I've just spent loads. Yeah. 1 resource short of orbiting or landing. I think... they're both going to be all right. If I can do the objectives by the end, I'm going to get punished progress-wise here. But if I can do them by the end, I won't get punished points-wise as much. They're kind of equally good things. But I'm not massively fussed about any of them. Well, yeah, they'll all be decent. 4 money. I could maybe do some big cards, couldn't I? Or you could scan more if you had... You could maybe do a big scan. Yeah, I'm going to go for 2 energy. And just live with it. We don't know what's going to come out. 2 energy, please. And we'll launch. See, what's going to rotate next? Ring 3. We're miles away from anything. Yeah, there's no point moving yet, is there? It's not going to rotate again just yet. I'm first player. We've got 2 energy to start moving next time. So, pass. Have one of these. Ooh, maybe I should have had the money. Starship. Launch and get a launch upgrade, which would just be landing on moons for me. Or I can have Extremophile Study. Get any life trace. Then, for each life trace you have in that colour, get a point. Well, it seems like that's a good one, because what have I got the most of? 1, 3 of that, 2 of that, 3 of that. So it would be 4 of 1. If I did that. And if I did it over here, I could get an extra point at the end for the Mascomites. Yep, we'll choose that as the thing. Get your income. 4 money. 2 energy. 3 energy. A data. A publicity. And 2 cards. Fusion reactor, gain an energy for every tucked energy card. That'd just be 1. Then increase your income with this card. Mercury flyby, 2 movements. If you visit Mercury this turn, gain 4 points. I mean, it's 4 away. That's 2 towards it. You get 2 publicity for going there. No one's on Mercury yet. Get 2 scans of where Mercury is for trying to win something. I don't know. That's all of your income. And then what? I pass first player back to me. Then it shuffles its deck. Objectives. I've done 2. I needed to have done 4, though. So he gets 3 progress for each one I didn't do. Ouch. That's going to definitely get him another card. Maybe he's going to get 2 extra cards in this last round, which would be huge. It's 2 extra turns of nasty things he gets to do. This is the final round coming in. This is round 5. And I'm first. So, we want to get 9. Now, we don't need to do these. He doesn't get progress, but he gets 5 points for everyone we haven't done. Surely he can get something into orbit. Launch something I just did, didn't I? I should have something on there. Get to 9 publicity. From moving about, maybe I can do that. What do we want to do first? Going to orbit in Neptune still gets you 4. stuff. Yeah, I wish, like, I think that is so good, getting on that moon on Mars for income. Or just normal orbits close to you, get you more income. That was like, it was a weird alignment early on that it made it really good to go to Neptune, like, right away. Nothing else was very close, but Neptune was 3 away. So, like, they're big rewards, but they're kind of later game rewards, whereas all these offer income. Yeah, more income the better. We could kind of leave this till later, and maybe we'll get some more things done like that. Get something into orbit. We could just move to Mars now, and 1 and 1, and that's done, isn't it? Energy to go there. 1 and 1, we're in Mars. And what's the rewards? Scan where Mars is. Card income 3 points. Yeah, Saturn would be further away. Let's just get to Mars. Boom, there's a publicity for going there. That's a free action, and then the action is going to be orbit Mars. 3 points. Let's do that objective while I'm remembering. Get a card. Is there a card in the display I care about? 2 movement if you visit Venus, get 3 points. I could launch again and move to Venus, no problem. It's only 2 away from Earth. For an extra 3 points. Are we tempting to go with whatever the mystery is? No, I'm going to go for that. Right. Have a card. Have a scan where Mars is, which is a data. So I get a couple of publicity from that. And an income, which I get now. Oh, I want money. I want money, but I also want to play both these cards. That's a lot of money now if you want to launch again. Maybe we're not going to use this. Maybe we'll go to a different... Maybe we'll just go to Mars before the planets move again. Because they're going to stay in alignment on the next rotation. We're going to go for money. Because then I could play this and I'd still have money to launch. And we could just pay 1 energy then to get something landed on Mars. Maybe we could do that a couple... I don't think we could do it a couple of times. Right, so that was all one great big action. I've had all the rewards from it. Great. Bot, what are you up to? Sorry, I made you wait. Does he have these in his reserve? Yes. 15 points ahead is 107. And then he gets progress. Boom. Back to me. What do we want? 9 publicity. It'll take a while. I mean, put a probe out and send it to Mars. There's another one. Landing on Mars is 2 data, 6 points, and another discovery. That would be 2 out of 3 things landed. Get a point, and that's another mission complete. We do want to get to Mercury, don't we, for 4 points? I don't know if that's going to happen. Yeah, launch a probe and move it to Mars. Well, that helps you get to Mercury. Spend that in the future. That gets you 2 to Mercury. 2 more energy to actually go there. You wouldn't have enough to land because no one's in orbit. You could go in, you could afford to orbit, which would be 2 scans of Mercury. Hopefully it will have moved by then. And an income and a card and 3 points. You want to land though, don't you? Yeah, just pay an energy and land on Mars. There's a publicity. But can it analyze? No. Can it launch a probe? No. Can it spend 6? Yes. So it's going to rotate the 3rd ring. And it wants... It's basically going to come all the way around to take this 2-pointer. It's not scanned for a while, is it? And get to do an extra scan when it does. Me, it's 1 energy to land. I think we want to do it. Land on Mars. There's 2 data. And we could be getting this on for publicity in a minute. Nearly at the 9. 6 points. And a yellow discovery. So we've got 5 points, 3 points on one of their cards, or spend the data and just have 15 points. That's tempting. Yeah, maybe I should have done that Mercury thing. Are you going to get all the way to the end of data right now? And then when you do, what are you going to get out of it? Well, you were thinking about getting publicity. Yeah, but this is more points than that. We can get more data, maybe. Spend 3 data to get 15 points. Yeah. It's like 5 to 15 points. That's 10 points I've gained, but I've lost 5 from this. It's still a big profit, isn't it? Right. That was me landing for my turn. Bot, can he analyze? No. Can he spend 6 publicity? No. He's going to scan twice where Earth is. So he gets a data. Oh, he should have an extra publicity. So he's won that. He gets a publicity for winning. He gets 2 points and a pink discovery. Discovery is going to be lowest pink is row 3. He's going to go in the leftmost space. Then card, leftmost card is red. Red sector, he'll go for red sector A. Should get him 2 points, and then he gets 4 progress. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to do a new souped up card next time. And then he can discard a pink to do the next card, which is another red, so it's going to be this one again, because that red is empty. Yes. Done. Okay. Plans for me now. I don't know. I was going to use this to get an extra research and get some points. All right, I could land on Mars again. Is that more points? I would put this out. I think I've got 3 of every type. 3, 3, 3. Yeah, I've got 3 of every type of trace. So I would get another trace of any colour and then 3 points. So that translates to about 8 points. Or I could spend the data to get 1 more. That doesn't seem worth it. So I get 8 points from that. Or I can make a new probe, land on Mars. And that would be 5 points for a yellow discovery, 6 points, and a data from that. Maybe that would give me enough to get the publicity I need. Yeah, I'm going to launch. Ring 1 will move next. And this will be the 3rd thing, so I'll get a money. Yeah, launch, and we'll spend an energy to get to Mars. So I'm going to have to get rid of 2 of these cards next time to land it. But has he got 6 publicity? No. Can he launch? No. He's going to scan again. Twice where Earth is. So that's going to be 2 points, and he's full up on data. Once on the leftmost card, needs a refill, which is going to be a blue. Blue is you're blue, you're empty, so he'll go here for 2 points. And he's got a pink tech, so he's going to get rid of a red card. He's running out of discs, but it's kind of because, like, well, I don't care about any of this stuff. Technically scanning, and stuff happens at the end of the turn. Oh, for, like, finishing the planet. Yeah, I did it in the middle, didn't I? What's this? Red. This one. Get him anything right now, but it probably will in the future. It's got a lot of cards left. For me, so I'm going to get... Just from this data, we'll have enough to do... Oh, we'll get 8. So I want something with publicity keeping. I don't need this. And I'm not going to be able to afford this. Even though that is a data. Data is a publicity anyway, so keep the data. Yeah. Turn these into an energy, and then we can land for the turn on Mars, because it's so close. Get a data and 6 points and a yellow thing. We'll go for 5 here because that's worth an extra because of that card that I've got. 5 points. Bot. Can he analyze? Yes, he can. And he gets 3 extra points for doing it. And so he gets a blue discovery. Lowest blue discovery is this one for 5 points. And he's gained this, which is a card and an energy, which is just 2 progress for him. And he's done... Oh, yeah, he puts these out now, which is going to be a publicity for him. Boom. Me. So I've got 6... things. I'm going to put you out for 2 points. I'm going to put you out for 2 publicity. I'm going to spend you for a data and pop that data right on here for an energy. That's 9 energy, so you're completed. Couldn't win that, but you can't win them all. And so my turn then is going to be to... Oh, 3 landings, thank you. I've got a credit. I think maybe I meant to keep a card that was worth 1 credit, but the 1 credit card was Fly Around Mercury, so I don't think that would have done me any good. I get a credit, yes, thank you. That mission is complete for completed things at the end of the game. So I've done 2 pairs of that, that'll be good. Then, I just need to do a tech, don't I? I could get a card. I can pick one from the display. Land. That's annoying, isn't it? Costing energy was probably better. That's just moving. I could take a random card with 3 publicity. We could spend 6 to get a tech. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, there'll be another pair of techs. And, oh, that's going to rotate everything. Make him a little bit further away from things. It's not going to matter too much. Probably just get this one because it's worth 2 extra points. And I don't think you particularly care what you're going to get. Unless it's a card. If it's an energy, what would you do if it was an energy? Fair point. Just have this because it's worth 2 extra points. We've rotated. Bot. Can he analyze data? No. Can he spend 6? No. He's going to scan where Earth is. Gets 4 progress for that. This happened before with him. He's getting run out of... He's run out of tokens now. Because, like... I don't know, maybe with different cards and different techs and things, you'd feel more inclined to do it. And this is only, like, the 4th time I've played. But I have never felt inclined to level this up low. Well, it would be better if you leveled it up loads. But, yeah, it seems expensive for what I'd get from it. But I suppose, like, it depends. He's just happened to swoop in on things probably when times when I've done it. But yeah, he's doing this so much on his own that I'm not going to help him. He gets nothing if they're left in this limbo, so he wastes all of his tokens. Okay, so he wants the rightmost card. It's going to be a blue. Rightmost, a blue, there, or there. This one's worth 2 points, so over there. I'll just use the green for him. That's 2 points. Yeah, so that's the one bit I've only played solo at the moment, but it's simulating 2 players. Yeah, with 3 or 4, you would be racing for particular ones, right, before everything whizzed round. That's probably the way it's meant to be. Something where some were getting filled up every now and then by something at 2, maybe. I don't know. I don't design things. Red is there. So I'm just going to grab these greens because they do nothing now. He's full up if he wants to do data again. And then can he do a... He's got no text left. Good. For me, I have got a money and not a lot else. I could get a card. Let's have a look at the display. Because this is worth nothing at the end, is it? Nothing I could afford to do. I think I just pass. Pass. Which I think is just it, right? He's just going to get to do these 2 cards. We don't do income and stuff, do we? Yeah, once the last player has passed, you just go straight to final scoring. Get a random... Oh yeah, random card and pray. This is... I'm right in saying these are worth nothing right at the end. I don't think publicity is worth anything. It costs 2, unfortunately. Europa Clipper. Land on a planet or moon, even without the required tech. 3 points for everything you have landed or orbited on Jupiter. Fantastic early on. Worth a go. Yeah, I don't think that's worth any points. Can he put a probe out? No. Is he 4 away from Saturn? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 2 publicity for him. And he's got no techs, so he is going to land on Saturn, which gets him 2 data, 8 points, and a yellow... Oh. We'll just move him from here. A yellow thing, so the lowest is here. 3 points and a progress. Take a random thing from this planet and put it face up on the species board, ignore the reward. And then his final turn. Europa Clipper launched the other day. I think that's a thing for space fans. Like, to ask the designer of this, as you might imagine, a huge space fan. And, like, all of this stuff is based on, well, as you probably have gathered from the Europa Clipper launching the other day. Like, it's all real stuff. It's all got tons of flavor text, which I know I stopped reading after the beginning of it, but it's already going to be a 3-hour stream. I think I was right to stop at a certain point. But yeah, if you're into your astronomy, there's a ton of real astronomy stuff. And if you're into historical astronomy, Galileo Galilei from the same designer at the same Essen will give you some historical vibes. 3 points. He hasn't got a tech to get rid of. He gets a blue discovery. Lowest one. He doesn't have 3 tech to go and do that. So the lowest one, I guess, is this one. Or does he pay 1 to get the 6 points? That's higher up, I'd say. I think he gets the 2 data. Or actually, he would put him straight out, so he's got no data, has he? Anyway. He's got a publicity. He's just going to put a thing straight out on, what, getting 2 data? Yeah, because that gives him 4 progress to get 2 data, which gives him another card, so actually it's probably a good move for him. Does he have 6? Yes. This probably isn't going to matter to him. It's too late to use his techs. Rotate, get a tech. He doesn't care anymore about trying to get points because they've all gone. He gets this blue tech and he gets a progress, and that's it for him. Okay, scanning would have been way better for him, as you can see, like winning these, which maybe probably could have done. There's a red card, there's a yellow card. Yeah, he's missed a trick there, but this is a little difficulty level 2. So, endgame points. He doesn't get anything endgame, does he? Oh, he gets 5 points for the uncompleted objective, so we'll give him 5 points. So we've won. Again, only difficulty level 2. Let's see what we ended up with. So, endgame scoring cards you played with gold boxes. I haven't done my camera angle for a year, have I? Best get a use out of this. I didn't play that, so let's get rid of that. So, gold cards that I played. I did play that as well, I just never went there. Gold cards that I played. Resolve the rightmost space on a gold scoring tile you didn't mark. I'm just going to put my marker there, and we'll do that in a minute. A point for each thing you marked on this species. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that's that. Then it's your gold tiles, and some alien species add another step. Yeah, there's one that's like the most danger on this alien species loses 10% of their points. But hopefully you've earned more than that from exploiting them and getting all of that danger. So yeah, it's just points for scoring tiles, which is going to be pairs of techs. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 techs. 4 points times 7 is going to be 28. So that put me on 178. Completed missions, gold or silver pairs thereof. There's 2 gold completed. There's 2 silver completed. 2 pairs is another 16. Sets of income, I've got 1 set, which is 5 points. But that was just from playing that card that I wanted anyway, right at the start of the game for its publicity. Sets of discoveries, let's see. I've got 3, 3, 3 of each type. I've got 3 sets, which is 18 points, which is 20, 100, 217 is my final score to the bots. 131. I was really worried about him, but as it turned out in the end, we got objectives done. We did all this stuff. So the things that change. Let me grab them. They're on different player boards. The things that change as you go up in difficulty. So we've seen like level 1, same as I just did, but imagine the objectives just didn't exist. So you don't have to worry about that at all at level 1. Level 2 we just did. Level 3 is on the back of my player board. So he starts off with an advanced card, so an extra turn from the start of the game and a bit of a better action as well. And he's got, is that 2 more tiles? Yeah, 2 more objective tiles in here. And his progress track's a little bit different. Things are in a bit of a different order. Level 4, you can see, I'll leave them all revealed so you can see all the numbers. Level 4, just more tiles. Remember, you've still only got to do 1 in round 1, 2 in round 2, 3 in round 3, 4 in round 4 to avoid the progress. But leftover ones at the end, remember, are 5 points each to him. And if you want to go for the big kahuna, it's just more things. Oh, he starts on the 4 blue of the progress track there. So he starts away in it, so he's away towards getting the next thing as well. Oh, and this one, his objective stack is huge, and he starts the progress track here, like almost like about to get an extra card. I'm sure I'm not there. Maybe, you know, at level 3, maybe you would have like got in the way of these stars and things. Yeah, such a good game. So like kind of interwoven things that you've seen, like I said, like, oh, it's got this big stack of all these cards and they do all these million different things. I think like they are actually like more varied in this, even though like some of the symbols are the same. The fact that they've got missions on and they can be used for like a million different things, yeah, makes like the whole kind of like you've seen a couple of situations where like, oh, I was hoping to draw these things and it just didn't come. There's a bit of that in it as well, but like it's not something like in Arc Nova. Hey, I've had great times with Arc Nova, but that deck can get lost, basically. Like, there's times when, hey, you need to be opening stuff in there. Sometimes the things that you need for those goals just never come out. But that's a rant for an Arc Nova video, which probably won't happen. Yeah, it's things you've seen, but kind of like not in like oh, this again kind of way. It's when it brings like elements together and breaks something fresh and new out of it. And like this, as we were saying on Paul's stream before Essen, like it's not like it's the kind of wow factor, the toy factor, the tactile thing, this spinning cosmos, but hopefully you've seen like from the playthrough that it's a vital factor of the game as well. It's not just a gimmick. It's great like looking on the table and stuff. And if you notice that, like I've got a light under this sun the whole time. It's dimmed. The batteries run out really quickly because it's cheap and rubbish, the light that I got. But I tried a bit of effect. It can't be too bright because it'd ruin the camera as well. But yeah, the alignment of this stuff is such a vital factor in the timing of your things, especially early on when you can't go through these asteroids and stuff unless you go for that first. But if you can get like a nice quick alignment to Mars, which like can be not very far off in setup, like if you start off like that with Earth and Mars, hey, I'm going to try and race to maybe I've got a card that does it. Maybe I'm racing to 6 publicity. I'll get this thing that lets me land on moons. Oh, that moves ring 1, so it's right next to it. Get on there. 8 points, 2 income straight away in the game. And when you get that income, you get the stuff again. Yeah, it's so good. But the only thing so far, and I say I've only played 4 games, it's very long. And it's not 3 hours long. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, it's stretching. So far, I'd say it's been beyond 2 hours each time, which, you know, it's not the longest thing in the world. But yeah, maybe that's the only little thing that, yeah, a bit much on the time. But as I hope you've seen from the playthrough, enjoy like trying to work out these decisions and agonize over, oh, if I do it this way, if I wait and just get this thing done first, and oh, actually I can turn these 2 things in for the energy that I'm missing, and it's all beautiful. So better with people and better at 3+. Yeah, like maybe I'll be playing it at 2+. If Rach fancies it, we'll see how she feels about it. But yeah, maybe I'll get to play it at 3. I don't know. Generally, it's 2 or solo. But I think yeah, the thing that you're missing at solo and potentially 2 players. So that's just a hypothetical now, but I think it will be similar. That like if one person's gone for all of that scanning and they're in this position where, well, all of the near stars, so I either have to go and make new progress on this brand new thing, or I help you win a thing that you're already locked into, I will get a consolation. I'll get a publicity. Like, it might be worth just discarding the card to get in there a bit to, you get the publicity for being in there, and if you're second place, which you could, in a 2-player game, you can get that with just 1 disc, as long as it's not the last disc, maybe. Because then you're giving the other person the resolution of it. But if you've just got 1 disc on something, you get 1 towards the next progress of it, which is something. But yeah, I think it would be it would change the dynamic too much, making them smaller at 2 players. But yeah, maybe some kind of I don't know how often it would need to go off, but some kind of dummy thing just to make it like, to reward the people that, like, you've put all of this time in, but you've still got to go there some more times because nobody else is going to help you once you're in this position. Whereas, yeah, in 3 players, like, or especially at 4, there's going to be a lot of scanning going on. There's going to be a lot of, like, someone just going down this path and putting, like, 4 things out every time and being able to, like, bend it to their will a little bit. Yeah, that's a little thing at low player counts, and the length at solo, I'd say. I don't know how long it'll be with 2 players. With me, I'm a slow player, so that might be a factor as well. But yes, there is a great big solo game of SETI. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here, especially like Skycraft. You've been here the whole way, and Skycraft, I think, like a significant portion of the victory belongs to you as well. Yeah, thanks for watching. It's been great fun doing some SETI. I am going to be back at the same time tomorrow for what I think is going to be a shorter stream. I think for Civolution, which is Stefan Feld's big new civilization designing game, which is we learnt it back in June technically, but yeah, I've refreshed myself on it, and I played 3 games in one night the other night, and I played another one last night, and I'll hopefully get a chance to play it one more time before tomorrow's stream. I've got it down to about an hour and a half or a bit less. But that is just me not saying anything. Like, I've got to explain what I'm doing and then try and think of it all. So, yeah, hopefully it's not going to be quite as long, because if it goes on for this long, we won't be able to watch Taskmaster tomorrow night. And yeah, that ideally, we'll get some Civolution and some Taskmaster, but maybe the Taskmaster will have to wait because, yeah, Civolution is so good. But yeah, it's always a pretty great year around when all of the Euros come out. But yeah, I think especially good year for stuff. And yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy some Civolution tomorrow, and I'll get some direction and get some stuff done in. I think. Yeah, I'm not going to explain all of the stuff as well. We'll just explain stuff as we do it. And generally, that's the thing with Civolution. I think I really want to play it. Like, we played a 3-player game when Paul taught it us. Like, and just like learn as you go. That's I think the best way with this. Like, there's too many actions. Like, I know certain players will want to know all of the bits beforehand, but it's like I think Paul said that, but just play it, just do a thing. The actions work how you think they will. Just play it, and then like when you do a thing for the first time, I'll tell you how that works, and it will just work how you think it might work. And I think the starting hands are so good in it. For like, here is a pretty great direction for your first era, maybe. Like, you'll need to do other things to try and get this stuff done. But you can say, okay, so I've started with this stuff. I need this one more thing. I need to go and get this. That's for Civolution stream, though. Thank you very much, everyone, for being here. I should clear off for a bit. If you'd like to support the channel, you can do it on Patreon. I would really appreciate it. This is not a sponsored stream. I am just here for you. And I'll be here again tomorrow. Thank you, everyone. Have a lovely night. And yeah, I'll see you for some Civolution at 8 p.m. English time tomorrow. Bye. Bye. Bye.